do that now.
GameStop.
Also, make sure, give it a chance, see if it's live.
See if we go live.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna leave it on rotate. Just because I can't remember what technically color they are on the map when you're fighting them. I actually think they're red. Technically, not because in skirmish colors are different. Red doesn't just mean gargariness and all that. It means a different faction altogether. I think Egypt was pink or purple. I don't remember. No. No important messages. I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, it's just we'll have to look at that a little bit. Also, I'm waiting to see if we're going live. That reminds me, I need to get a certain something soon. Before. Since those are pretty cheap, I might do that this month since I'm not going to have much else to go with. Because I got to save other, and there's a lot going out this month. So, I might add that to the cheapy list if we've got it. We'll see. Make sure we're good, chat. Okay, I don't see anything that needs my immediate attention all of a sudden. Let me make sure we're live before I do our proper intro. Yeah, nice. Making sure. Alright. Welcome, everyone. Say Lee, welcome. Hello, Art Night. How's your day been? Been good. Been very, very good. Well, late. I not been awake very long. I do not know what happened last night. It was a weird night. My brain just it got in a weird I don't know what you got. But I have this happen every now and then, almost like a hybrid state of sleep. Like I was like half in, half out. Almost like I was dreaming, but I'm also awake. It was a very weird. I haven't had that happen in years. And it kind of, I guess I didn't get any sleep because of it. Because when I woke up the halfway point, I realized, whoa, what happened? And then I truly went to sleep. But it was like, at that point when that happened, it was already 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning almost. When I woke back up for that first time. So when I went back to sleep, apparently my brain was like, nope, we're not waking up. Not until apparently 2, 3 o'clock. So I have no idea. It just and I didn't lose any sleep in the night before that or anything. Like I've been sleeping in anyways when I do get to bed late. So haven't changed. My hours didn't really change. I mean, the time of when I was sleeping changed, but as far as like the amount of hours, still the same. So not really sure what happened. But yeah, I just got done watching Nintendo. You ever? Huh? I do every now and then. I'm interested in okay. I don't want to talk too much about the who on a stream, but because they're a little bit of a little bit gooby with it. But yeah, I definitely want to switch at some point. It's mainly just for the Metroid games. Like, because I would love, this is something I've said for ages while we wait for everyone to have a chance to join up. Uh, I would love for the Metroid series to, for since it's not one of their major titles, or at least, excuse me, it is, but not like, it's not like it's the man in the red cap, or the, who's the other ones? My brain. Or, oh yeah, or the guy with the sword and the bombs and that shield that we all know. It's like, I get why those would never probably have a PlayStation port, the ones I just said. But Samus deserves that attention. I'm gonna say her name because I feel like I want this one to be known. It's like, Metroid would do so good on PlayStation. I'm just saying. They would get, especially if they did like Microsoft is doing, they'd make so much money. I, it's just a weird thing sometimes, especially when it comes to Nintendo. Because I do want to. I That's why I want to switch, is mostly for some of the games that I do think would be portable and should be on PlayStation. I miss Bayonetta dearly. It really sucks they took that away. And that ended up in Nintendo somehow, even though it's not really a game Nintendo would ever have. It's so strange. That weird dilemma, I don't. That clearly was just someone just selling. They were just sold out their company and selling out to the biggest bidder, and they just did not care, and that makes me sad. Because there was no rhyme or reason as far as long term, like how that game would be successful on the platform, and it wasn't. What a surprise! The game platform that's not meant for hack and slash hardcore crazy people who play Devil May Cry, which is not on Nintendo. Surprised that it didn't work. It's like, uh, also timing. It shows maybe the leadership was just bad in general, because Bayonetta did great, but it didn't do probably what maybe the developer publisher wanted. But they realized they released when Devil May Cry released at the same time. When you're the newbie in the block competing with the big boy, you need to know that, do the safe route and release maybe a month or two later, or maybe even 2 to 3 months later, giving people time to beat their game so they can focus on your game and your game doesn't get overshadowed. And that way you get full attention. People will realize how good the game is, and then next time you have more firepower to compete at an earlier time, closer to the release date of your competitor. And I want to point out, I'm not even flaunting. I'm not like, I've never been to school for any of this. This is just common sense to me. Like, I've never taken a business class. There's more to the eccentricities of certain things, but as far as like common sense on what will lead you to a better grab and more money and more audience, it's like, this just seems common sense. But, you know, but I do miss that game. But still, Metroid is one of those like side-scrolling shooters, adventure games, and Metroid Prime, I think, is the first-person shooter one. That one the most. I actually think, even though I think all of them would do good, that one would probably also have the most take on here right now. Also, no offense to Sony, they don't have their own, so this also would be a cool take, because as much as I was like, I want Killzone, I miss that. That's on Sony's side. Because Sony has, I miss Resistance Fall of Man. That was on Sony's side. But once again, a lot of those games were great. They just suffered from timing. They were trying too hard to compete with the competitor who was already the king of the block, basically. In this case, when it comes to Resistance Fall of Man, it was essentially PlayStation's Halo. and it tried to release at the same time as I think it was Halo 3, Halo 2. Uh, um. Now, on its own platform, it was a savage. This is what I mean about it being a great game. On its own platform, just on PlayStation, it did fantastic. Second one did less so, but the first one it did really well. People panned it, but then I realized the people who were panning it didn't really play games, so it didn't matter. The same as you see today, but they just some reason have a louder voice in that aspect. So because I do think that people who do not play games shouldn't be allowed to judge games. It'd be like trying to, it'd be like a music artist trying to judge a scientist. Just it doesn't work like that, or vice versa. A scientist trying to judge music. Some science is music is partially is scientific, but you're not gonna have a chemist understand what music is. So it's like you get my point. It's that marine biologist joke. Having a marine biologist go into space. Let's see. They got a cart costing 80. What? Well, actually, we're not really, because Sony will probably try to follow suit. All of them will to a certain extent, except Steam. And here's the issue, and this is why I think Microsoft. Well, we'll talk about this just for a second, because we still got time before we need to start. Give everyone a chance to join up. I've kind of used this time to chill and chat with you guys while we and just talk about things. But here's the thing: I don't know if you know this, Sony, but there's Sony. Sorry, Sealy. You Sealy works for Sony. No, I'm just kidding. He's a spy. No, I'm just kidding. Sealy was a spy for anybody. He's a spy for Oceanic. Oh man. Anyways, gotta get them cruise ships up. But no. All jokes aside, on a real note, I do think we're gonna see some following of suits here and there. But here's the issue: why I don't think it's gonna fully take this time. There's too much blood in the water, and what I mean by this is, you've got what happened with Avowed, you got what happened with Concord, you got what happened, and I'm doing this fairly because Avowed is mostly Microsoft, Concord is Sony, so both sides got hit with that. Of that same type of developer. Well, let's just try to create infinite growth, more expensive games when these games aren't even that expensive to make. Because I'm going to use Avowed as an example, to be fair to Sony, even though Concord was a disaster. But um, Avowed could not beat, and I keep saying this, and I'm not the first to say this, the big man himself who talked about this, reviewed this, and discussed this already, that I follow. Um, it can't be, and I've played this game. See, he did. That was the one difference between me and him. I actually played Skyrim and Oblivion. I loved them. They were great games. It was one of the most. I have Skyrim on my PS5 right now, and since they let it out for PS Plus, what's it called? Finally, I have it again. I would play it again if I had time. Point being, Skyrim and Oblivion are basically, and not well, one of them's older, and I always forget which one, but one of them is around 14 to 15-year-old game removed from Avowed. And Avowed is essentially a similar style game. We're supposed to be in a way, it's using, and you can't, and if anyone tried to say otherwise, they'd be lying to your face. Because that's just the way how gaming industry works, and we need to start admitting it and stop trying to hide behind stuff, because there's nothing wrong with it. That's the weird issue. It's like we're acting like this is some bad FUBU thing to be inspired by another game to make your game after. That's not the issue. The issue is what you do with it when you do. So, Avowed couldn't even, and we're talking about just gameplay alone. That's all that matters, because it's a game. It's supposed to be a video game, something you play. Assassin's Creed is the same as well. It is also slop. It is a terrible game. It is not well designed, and anyone who says so is insane. Because it's one, it's not even what the title entails. You can't really assassinate people halfway through the game. In the beginning you can, and even if you there are oh well there's upgrades for the assassin. Yes, I know that. I've played other Assassin's Creed, all of them in fact. Point being is, and Origins was where it started. It was the problem child of where this all began gameplay wise. The story was better than what this gameplay has. Like, this game doesn't win in story or gameplay. At least Origins had its story going for it. That made up for the gameplay just becoming some hack and slash RPG that's not an Assassin's Creed. And they think that that's what people wanted. No, Assassin's Creed players want to assassinate, want to do missions where we stealth around and do the Metal Gear Solid thing. Why do you think Metal Gear didn't change their formula after what happened with Survive? There's a reason. And it's like, so and everything I've seen in gameplay, because I on purposely did this to make sure I wasn't being misled or there wasn't just too much, as people would call it, review bombing, but that's not what it is when it's not just reviewers, when the entire population literally dislikes this game, including a whole culture and country as well, like dislikes this game, and it's a dishonor to what their community is and what their beliefs are. It's like, I'm gonna rag on those games because they deserve that, and I'm tired of all these YouTubers and these other ones that are supporting this and trying to float this game. And it's like, this game's an atrocity. It is. And so is Concord, and so is Avowed. And mostly because of gameplay alone. And this is what I'm judging it on alone. All three of these games have the same problem. You know what it is? The gameplay is boring, dull, and dumb. That's the problem. I'm not even going to talk about the rest of the hoopla and the stuff. I wanted to make a mention of it because it's important that we realize what this is really about. But as far as my review on any of those games would be, this is why I didn't buy them, because I'm not going to support companies who are going to push out that cheap of a game and then try to charge that higher price when the gameplay barely beats old, can't even beat 14-year-old games and how fun they were. It's like, no, I'm not paying my money, and you ain't getting my wallet for that. None of you are. I unsubscribed to some channels because I realized that they're doing the same thing certain review companies are doing, and they're floating these games and making blatant lies when we've seen the numbers, because they won't bring these numbers up, right, in their streams. Only the Baltimore will do that. This is why I watch him. I want to give him a quick notice and shout out, because he actually brings the stats up. None of you do that. Why, I wonder? It just makes me laugh when it comes to those things. That's why you see me playing only like Age of Mythology Retold, certain remakes, and older games and stuff now, because none of these games are worth my money that are coming out anymore. They're not. And I'm not going to buy them. Most of my games I've bought are on PC, and they're from smaller companies that have nothing to do with these AAAs anymore. Because these AAA companies have forgotten what it is to make a video game versus trying to push some fancy-looking, flashy show that isn't nothing. So, and that's my rant for the beginning while we wait for everyone to enjoy. But it is the truth, though. It's why the industry has collapsed so hard, and why the video game industry is in very much dire trouble. And it's because of all these crazy AAA goon leaders. It's like, we need to stop letting it happen. We need to stop buying these games. Speak with your wallets, tell them we will not accept. You do better or you don't get the money. And it's like, that's how you change the market as a consumer. Because we're the ones who buy their product. Duh. It's silly. It's very silly. So, that's why I always have said support indie developers, support stuff like that. People who just make games on their own. I mean, PlateUp is a beautiful example of a beautiful developer. That was one person originally at the beginning. One person. That game may not look fancy, but it's got the most funnest gameplay loop I've ever played in any cooking sim. That's also a roguelike kind of dungeon thingy, puzzle like game. It it baffles my mind. One person versus 25,000 or so people in a company, which is what most of these average AAAs have, beat all those 25,000. And then we're supposed to pay $70 and $80 for these games. Mm, okay. Nope. Game has to be worth a darn if you want if you want money anymore. It really needs to, and that's where we're. And I look so far, we're heading back towards that. People are starting to remember that. And I think that's why a lot of these reviewers and certain YouTubers and stuff like that are punching so hard because they know they're losing. Because the consumers have spoken, the actual normal populace of all of where this place is and where we live today has spoken. So, and we've had enough. It's like, man, I this is gonna be you're never gonna hear me say this other than today. With how bad some of these games gotten, I'd rather go pay Gaijin $70 for a new tank. And you know how I am about that, chat. If that's how far it's gotten to where I'd rather just chill, and if there's gonna be no new games worth my interest in coming out at all, and this is all we're gonna get from now on, then I'll just stick with what I know and I'll spend the money on them. Always remember that in the competition, that you always have to be competitive and you always have to make something if you want to be something. And that's in anything. YouTube, gaming, music, especially anything entertainment. Is why I should elaborate and be more specific. So, because it's based fully on consumerism and what the consumer is going to buy. And when your majority consumer of what you've already created for your product is not what you try to change it to, you can't expect your product to do good. Because you turned on what your actual customers were. There's other companies who've learned in different ways. This is just not a smart business plan. And it's going to have to keep happening until the point gets across. So. But is it right? Didn't they say Shadow sold more than? Oh yeah, they did. Oh no, they're saying that there's. I'm gonna quote this, and I'm not gonna say where I got this from, but according to certain reviews and certain YouTube channels, there are 8 million players playing that game. You heard that number. Now, I've seen the number myself. I looked up what there was on Steam. I looked up what there was on PlayStation. It's barely even touching a mil. This is why I'm like, I'm done with the lies and the BS and the pandering and the ba 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 boo ba ba. I'm just gonna say this just because I've become an internet trap entertainment YouTube channel or a review bomber, because this is all we're paid to be reviewing, to give them these kinds of reviews when these games are not worth your money. They're not. It's like, a game has to be a game. We're not talking about movies. These are not movies. These are not shows. These are not anything like that. And I do think that's part of what happened is all this shareholder stuff that ended up happening with a lot of these companies. I guarantee you most of them come from probably the entertainment industry of either music or movies, which is run completely different. And you cannot run a video game company that way. It does not work. And it's like, this is why everyone. It's like, and here's the thing too, people don't realize, and I'm going to say this, and it's not literally correct. There are more that goes into what I'm about to say, but technically, video game industry, if you are a proper company in development, unless you're sold to shareholders, you are technically recession proof. And the reason why this is most people are always going entertainment value objects, since they're luxury, they always go up and down depending on the situation. But the reason why they're recession proof is the pre planning aspect that no one does anymore, it seems, is you can, with an entertainment value, you know when that's going to happen. Like, you can obviously kind of predict and go, okay, well, people are going to be in this situation, they're probably going to be, at least if you're smart enough, you can kind of predict at least some rough estimates to keep yourself safe, which is what that means when it means recession proof. It doesn't mean technically you're not going to lose money during recession and da 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 da, but it does mean that you, unlike other companies, won't have a hard recession fallback because your product just can't be used at all, or maybe only works like what happened during a certain disease and outbreak that happened. That in its own right is a type of recession because everyone got stuck inside and trapped at home, and so a lot of stuff didn't get used anymore, and that's different. But a luxury, once again, video gaming actually kind. Here's another thing. You know what made the most money during that time? Video gaming. We want why? No one had anything else to do. Everyone was stuck at home. What is the predominant thing you do when you're at home? If you're a more modern adult or into games at all, you're probably going to be on your console or something. If you're not with your family, or if you're single, you're definitely going to be on your console. So, and it's like, cause your work has probably changed too, depending on your work. So you're probably stuck at home there and just doing nothing. So it's like during that time, and this is what it means by recession proof too, is in certain cases it would do better because during that situation people would focus on that industry more than the other industry. uh, this is why streaming movies and shows did so much better too, because everyone was stuck at home and couldn't go to theaters at that time. Theaters were, well, at least the big ones are somewhat recovered over the time, but it still has kind of damaged them to a point to where they're probably never going to fully get to where they used to be. Like, we're never going to see as many, other than towns keeping their personal one up and running, like, out of choice. You're probably not going to see too many just theaters on average, other than, like, for me here in America, where I live in America, AMC. Uh, uh, they're like the only ones because they're a big company who stayed and survived through everything that happened and are still pretty prominent, and people still go to them in quite a large number at the locations that are here, at least where I live in the state here, and down in Georgia at the Georgia Mall and stuff. So it's the only one I remember where it's at down there. To be fair, there's down there too, but I just forgot where the others are. But but yeah. Yeah, that's another thing people need to realize. This is also why, in a way, with what Ubisoft has had happen to it, it kind of shows that what I'm saying is true, and what happened with a lot of YouTube and the review bombs were false. Because if it were so good, then why did the family who predominantly originally owned Ubisoft vie to get all the rights back to the game and then make a deal with Tencent to break it in half? It's because they had lost control, I assume. They realized the shareholders were running their IPs into the ground and were killing their games. Because I want to remind everyone, when Assassin's Creed was owned by the family who owns Ubisoft before the shareholder stuff kicked in, the games were brilliant. Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed. I've heard it even has filtered into Siege by a voice on high, so far away. What? How? How? And I'm like, the biggest FPS around that people love for its squad based combat and somewhat realism. Oh, it's still somewhat arcadey, but realism is going to get in that aspect. Oh, no. It's like Ubisoft was tanking. That's why I said all of what you're saying. It was probably the shareholders and the other side that was just trying to pander, 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 pander. They were doing that so they could get as much out of the last few little drops of blood out of it they're gonna get. It's basically the vampires are bleeding it dry before it burns up. So, but yeah, it's it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But either way, I think we stalled long enough. We've had a cool little chat. I had to talk about that because I saw a bunch of stuff recently about that and what's been going on, and it's like people lose crazy, man. People losing their minds. I had to reset chat. They made a sub company to own the IPs now, with Tencent having a huge stake in it. Yeah, Tencent does have a portion of the stake. I think they still help make some of the games for the Tencent side of things as well, the way it works, I think. But here's the thing they did do. Tencent has a stake and makes money off of it, but they have no I forgot what they call this. Um Intellectual control over the main four IPs or five IPs they took. The family now has full control over Assassin's Creed again, Siege. I forgot the other two to be fair, but it were basically all the big ones. All the big ones the family has basically intellectual control, direction, and decides now where those go. Because once upon a time, this family even said, they said, we pride ourselves on historical accuracy in our Assassin's Creed games. And they're not talking about the alien stuff, they're talking about the cultural stuff for each of the areas that they put this fantasy story in, because that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a fantasy sci fi kind of story hidden into history, but the history part is still the same. They just use things that are accurate to kind of feed into their alien Templar Desmond bloodline story that it used to exist. That's what made it good because it was partially historical accurate until now. And Valhalla was weird too. Origins was it was also strange because technically, I'm gonna say, even though I mean Egypt didn't really, even though Egypt didn't technically say anything like Japan did, um, there was a lot of things in the Egyptian one also that, to be fair, if you really actually went back with a scalpel and picked it apart, it actually is, gameplay wise, it's still just as boring and monotonous and hack and slashy, and it's not really an Assassin's Creed in my opinion either. But its story was where it held. But even with it being still somewhat good, there were some things in its historical accuracy and many other things it did that you could tell it was starting to tilt in the wrong direction. And then now we come fast forward today to the shadows of the land. Yeah, not even close. Like, at least I would give Origins that at least halfway met the trying to be historical accuracy thing. And I'm not talking about, once again, the sci-fi stuff. That stuff gets excluded and gets a free pass because that stuff is part of the story we all know that's not real. But it uses, when it starts talking about stuff that actually exists in the culture, like shrines and stuff, and then you literally go around destroying stuff like that, yeah, that's different. That's not an alien society secretly hiding in the lines. That's you literally going around destroying something in real life in a game. acting like this is okay. Ah, yeah. But either way, that's now that we've talked about that and we've done by what I think it's been about 10, 15 minutes. Actually, about 30 minutes. I have to give quite a lot of time now because it takes a long time for people to get notifications to be able to join up. So, but we're only going to do the one mission. So we got time. Also, Sins of a Solar Empire 2 got a new expansion. Ooh, I need to check that out. From what I remember, they're taking 25% of revenue from. See, yeah, they'll get the revenue. Yeah. I forgot what that was. Something about moving those to the sub company. Yeah, what? That's more of a judicial kind of. That's lawyer stuff. With that last part, Sealy. That's just them getting the eggs in a row. But as far as the other part, you are correct. Completely. They will get 25% revenue or whatever the number was, even off the big boy titles. But the big boy titles are only decided by the original owners, which is hopefully, which from what we can see in the past versus now, that hopefully means something really good is going to happen now. Because to be fair, Tencent probably doesn't care. They're going to make money no matter what, right? As long as the game does good, they don't give a crud. They don't. I mean, Tencent may be bad in other ways, and they have been kind of sharkish in some ways in other games, but in other companies that are smaller than Ubisoft. But overall, they do not care. They're kind of like the way Microsoft kind of sees certain things with their companies. You make money, we do not care. You stop making money, then we're gonna have a problem. It's like it's that simple, and that's really how it should be because it's a business, right? At the end of the day, if it's going to become anything, and even whether it be video gaming or anything, it is still a business. So if your blatant decisions ruin this business and don't make it money, well, you can't expect the people who originally supported your company to really smile upon you now. It's just natural fact. It'd be like this is. I'll put it in a school scenario, like just two kids. This is like a kid going up to another kid, being kind and giving them their backpack, and then that kid beats them with their backpack. That is essentially what that is. It's pure. It's immaturity. Is what it is. But either way, y'all see how much Nintendo is charging for. Oh no, I did. Sealy already mentioned that. Yeah. Sealy, wait, see, hold on. I missed a lot. Hold on. Back up. Got a new expansion. Tam King is here. Welcome, Tam King. Sup, y'all? Lots of early Doom previews doing around. Huh? It's almost here. Yes, I know it is almost here. You have no idea how much I want that game. It's almost here. Y'all see? Oh no, yeah, Tam King. He told me, but that's the whole thing we've been talking about. I'm not really worried about that. Nintendo's already in a weird firehouse, anyways, going on right now on their own. Plus, with all the falls of certain games, I think we're about to see a lot of change of house going on with everywhere else going to happen. I mean, with Ubisoft making their plunge and kind of, I do have my theories that the family did partially in the way hope this would kind of happen, so they could get control back of what they lost and not have to answer to shareholders who clearly know not what they do. So that's just a theory. I don't know if that's what really happened, but if you were a smart business person legally in a way, you could do this. But anyway, so, but let's see. Yeah, I'm not already talking about that. You know the physical copies are good. Yeah, that's it's crazy, man. I'm baffled they're doing that when people buy Nintendo games for physical. No, they well technically, I don't know if Japan buys physical copies. To be fair, but still, that is very shitty. I I mean, Nintendo just must not care. They just must not care about the way. Here's what I assume with Nintendo: Sony won't be able to afford to do this. Nintendo can do this only for one reason. I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to be honest. They can still make enough money, sadly, probably just from Japanese sales alone. This is what makes them kind of the way they are and very greedy, sadly. This is why their IPs don't get shared across other boards and stuff, and why we talked about Metroid and why I wish it would come to Sony. At least it would be shared with Sony because they'd make money off of it too, so it's not like they wouldn't. But Sony doesn't have this goose egg scenario, golden goose egg scenario. They wouldn't be able to do this fully. They're gonna try, but I think it's gonna hurt them so bad that Microsoft's just gonna be like, well, we'll just take over the market in the Western culture then. And so I do think Sony needs to realize that because they ain't their brother. Their brother controls the Japanese market. Their brother is king in Japan. So this is why I think they're going to get away with it at least slightly in this aspect. Because in Japan, that will probably be fine because the way yen works and the way it already is, and Nintendo has everything there when it comes to gaming. So it's a double-edged sword. I wholeheartedly believe they're just going to end up just abandoning, sadly, the Western culture, and we're just going to lose them entirely. It's a sad case of scenario and sad state of affairs, but I do think eventually it's going to happen. Now, do I think permanently will it be that way forever? No, I don't think so. I think when Sony wises up and learns what it can do with the Western culture and how strong it truly could be, I think it'll make double the amount of money and make more off of what it could do with the Western culture if it wises up and actually become bigger by osmosis. And then, boom, Nintendo, in order to compete in its own right and make more money than itself and not let Sony just be able to shovel its way out and shovel its way back through its own original owner, I think that would be forced to compete at that point. That will be a while, though, because that also depends on if Sony does all the smart moves that Microsoft seems to be pulling right now. We'll see. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the gaming industry. I do think console is in a bit of a trouble, though. I do think it is. I hate to say that. I don't think gaming overall is, but I do think console is in a bit of a bind right now. Like that, it does because even makes me wonder with Microsoft's little Steam decision if they're seeing blood in the water and they're a little worried that console might be dying. And if this is the case, all they have to do is have almost a home PC console. They could just turn their Xbox into a lesser PC and just make it basically just for games, and it would be the same thing. And they would never have to worry about losing too much out on the console systems industry dying. It would still be basically having a PC, but it'd be for people who are like console players. Then they'd get Steam and Xbox. So it's like, and I'm not saying that's deaf immediately with Sony either. Sony's got some smart moves they can pull now as well. There's so many things right now Sony could do, but I just feel like they're like a little bit slow in the water. I've always said they're kind of slow on the uptake. They make the smart move eventually, but it feels like they're like sometimes a couple months behind in some ways somehow. I'm not sure why. But or a couple steps behind as they say. Because like they tried to jump into the I'll say this, like Battle Royale and all that. Battle Royale had died off long ago and then Sony tried to jump into it late and didn't really make much money off it and they wondered why. It's like, well, that's because that ended ages ago and Fortnite already conquered that round. And it's like, and then the same thing happened with the Concord thing. It's like they tried to get into this micro system, first person shooter squad based. Hey, that's new, right? No, it's about 5 years old at this point. Then everyone's not doing that now. And Rivals has also conquered that now too. Oops. Ay ay ay. Ay 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 ay. Sorry, I had to do it. My brain realizes where I get that from now. I'm embracing my childhood. Oh, this is how much I'm losing my mind. Or we all just need to wear an eye patch and sail the seas. No, you know what? Sign me up. Where's Majima? I'll sail. I sail with only one captain of the seas. Or not. That's what a lot of people are saying for that Xbox, saying it's PC optimized for TV play. Yeah, I know. This is what makes them the smarter person right now. They're ready. They've planned for this. They clearly smell something's bad is happening, and they're like, "Yeah, don't want to go down with that ship." So they're preparing for the worst and the best at the same time, because by doing this, they'll hold on to certain hardcore gamers who are more homebody type, especially Western culture type homebody console players, and people will just end up buying all Xbox type systems at some point. I'm not against Sony, by the way. I will always buy a Sony console. I love Sony. I just don't like some of the decisions they make, and I wish they were a little bit more intelligent against their competitor. But you know, truth is truth. That's what I always say, no matter what it is. I don't run from that. It's like I don't like to do that. That makes it harder on anybody who does that. So, and the numbers aren't lying. What's happening? So I just wish they would do something. He says, I think Sony is scared of jumping into a new trend too early, but as a result, they end up missing the. Yeah, they do. They end up missing the boat and waste money, anyways. Exactly. And they shouldn't do that either. If they miss the boat, what they should do is just get on the boat and just say, "Sup, I'm here," but not try to be boisterous. Because that's what Concord was. That's boisterousness. That's you not only coming to the boat late, but you're acting like you arrived to the party first. Those guys at those parties, kind of thing. It's like everybody's already had fun. They've probably broken off into pairs. We all know that guy, right? Shows up to the party where it's at the midway's almost end, expecting everyone to pay him mind and give him all the attention, or her. I'm not gonna even say just him. And he's hoping to just still get somebody to pair up with him on the night. And I'm like, nah, that's not how that works. We Slanesh know this well. Give it another 10 years, and all games will be streamed from cloud. Everything will be from your toaster. uh, hold on. From your toaster to your toothbrush can play any game you want. It's like, hold on, I'm bored while washing. I'm trying to sit here and play Doom Dark Ages while brushing my teeth. It would look so. Or you're trying to cook dinner while beating up aliens in Halo. You end up throwing your food on the wall. Oh god. I do expect at some point we're gonna be insane enough to try some BS like that. You know we're gonna. It may only happen once. I don't think we'll stick with it. I hope we're not that dumb. But that's just not necessary. But I do expect we're gonna try it at some point. or something that dumb, at least in that scale of that stupidity. We're definitely gonna try it. It's both good and bad. It's also a curse and a blessing. Because that's also what makes us as a species brilliant, but also very stupid. Oh, God love humans, man. At least when we're doing it right. We're the scariest thing in the world when we're doing it right, but we're also the weakest and dumbest thing in the world when we're not. Damn, Google Stadia proved that cloud gaming. Well, hold on. That's just Stadia, though, Sealy. You need to Google Steam and then tell me that's the same. That all depends on who you know. Google just doesn't want to pay money. Google's cheap. Don't base that on Google, Sealy. Google's cheap. They're just dumbasses. I'm gonna call it where it is. Google's just an idiot. They may have a lot of money, but they're idiots. And it's like Steam made that shit work, and so did technically Sony to a certain extent. You can already stream older games now. Now they didn't make it work as good with newer games, big boy games, 4K and all that. But Microsoft's already we're talking about Microsoft too. Microsoft's already planning to do this, and they have the surfer power to do it. It all depends on who it is. Google just do, and then Google has, by the way, the money and power to do this. They just don't want to. Stadia could have been a success. They were just cheap. Yeah, and most people's internet sucks. That's true too. It has to be something that's going to be completely server based. It can't be P2P, which is what Stadia tried to do. They essentially made the streaming on your internet. They wanted your internet to do all the work. That's not how that works. If you want a true cloud, it has to be on a server somewhere that you connect to that server, but the server does the heavy lifting. And now and I also want to put out too, Steam now has to deal with that same company. So guess what that means that they want to do? They probably talked about that, I would assume, during the talks. Because they both want this. They both want streaming. Steam wants this too. They're known for this as well. That's why the Steam Deck exists. Because they are trying their best to get into the streaming first. So is Microsoft. And now they're friends. Uh-oh. It's like this is what I mean about getting into the pool late, getting to the party late. Sometimes you don't want to do that. I get why sometimes it's a safe bet, but not when you're going to waste money later anyways. If you're not going to come to the party early, then you need to know you need to settle for what you're going to get right now, play the safe game there, and then move on to the next party. But then if you want to do better at that party, you need to come to the next party first. That's also how technically the console wars have always worked, but I do think Sony's losing ground. I think they were sitting too high on the hill for too long, and they got too comfortable. And now they've got to realize they need to make moves. They can't just be sitting here stagnant letting these companies drain them. It's not okay. It's not safe for them. They need to get back into this, play the big boy game, and get to the party first. If they had made a deal with Steam first, or even make a deal with I don't want to say too many names, but another thing that they could do, they have an option to do this, because Sony isn't small either. They technically have a way they could field this and keep up. Now that they've somewhat lost steam, they could do the co-op way, since they have lost the being to the party first situation. They could go the co-op way and kind of play into this and make deals with Steam or Microsoft, whoever the main party with that is, and just do the same thing. That's what playing it safe is. That's what you do if you arrive to the party late. However, there is one other play they could do, but I don't think they're doing that either. So we'll see. Time will tell. I do think they're in a little bit of a danger to definitely lose a lot of ground and lose this console war for this generation. And I don't mean necessarily the console itself. Technically, the PS5 itself is the It's the Pro as well, especially, is the better console in design. But there's no here. I'm gonna say it again. I'm actually gonna say the same thing for Sony that Microsoft had to learn too. Once again, coming to the party late. It's like they're learning this lesson late when Microsoft had to learn this lesson years ago when they tried to do the same thing. It doesn't matter how powerful your console is if you have no games on it that no one wants to play. It's supposed to be a console for gaming. If the games on it are no one cares about, and I'm talking about this from AAA's perspective, not from indie game perspective. There are a decent amount of indie games still splashed through the store, but there's also a lot of slop that Sony allows to be fed in there that are just rip-off games of other games on PC Sony could get on their console. They could go to these developers and offer them deals. They just won't. Once again, late to the party. It's like they need to stop allowing that because these guys, I want to say that out loud. A lot of the games on the stores are rip-off of games that are more successful and just already exist on another platform. They need to stop letting that happen and stop letting these little rip-offs do these and just go to the main developer, offer them a deal. Because there's also something else. I know Sony doesn't want to hear this. They need to be more flexible on their 30%. They need to be willing to go lower. Not all companies are going to be massive AAA companies. The small ones you need to take less from, but still make profit off of. 15 to 20%. I'd say 15 is the lowest, but 15% off of a small indie company like Play-Doh, for instance. Even though it did come to Sony later, but that was after it was successful on PC. It already made all of its big money, so not as many people probably got it on PlayStation as they probably did on other consoles. Once again, late to the party. You got to be willing to drop that number to beat your competitor sometimes for a game you know is going to sell hotcakes, as they call it, from the 90s. That was a term in business they would say. If it's selling hotcakes, then you doing good. My old man is coming out. Oh, man. But either way. Given how your avatar seems to be played for... Huh? Paid for it? Wait, what did I miss? The avatars in that movie is way too tame compared to what we'll actually see. Is he Ready Player One about to be crazy tame? Oh, they're too tame compared to what? Oh yeah, that is true. Way too tame. I get what you mean, Farseer. Steam is currently getting rid of all the cash grab slot from the platform. I heard about that. They're probably doing that because Microsoft probably don't want that anywhere near them. It's like if you're gonna get in I don't mean this in a weird way. If you're gonna swim with one of the big boys, because Steam is a big boy, but Microsoft is still technically bigger, at least overall as a company. If you're gonna swim with a big boy, then you learn some things probably shouldn't be. The common sense thing should be you should be focused on eliminating. But what the good thing is about it is all the games that are already what they are, they'll get to stay. Because really it is because really Steam doesn't have too many slop games. They have some. I think the only thing that's weird on Steam now, they've done about a lot better job already lately. They've already been doing it from what I've been seeing. Uh, is the more adult oriented games. I do think Steam should keep that because I don't think they realize they do have a big market in that. Because no other platform does that. And since it's PC only and that probably won't go to Xbox anyways, that probably should be left untouched. Just because that allows for people who do prefer that market can go to that market. Because there are some good ones. There's a lot of bad ones too in that market, to be fair to. I do wish that market had more professionalism. I know it's weird to have professionalism in that market, but if a certain industry that does movies and shows and videos can be professional and still do the right things, I feel like so can that industry of video gaming. But it's just not the right people who've gotten a hold of the right IPs. You never know. So But there are still a lot of rip-off games that have been kind of sneaking in there here and there. But Steam does have, like, I'm gonna say, compared to Sony's, if I could show you, which is probably why they don't let me go to the XMB. Maybe that is the whole reason why they do that. No, I never thought about that till now. But is there's too many on, like, compared to Sony's version of what's happening there. They have 75% less on Steam. Like Steam, you'll run into far less of those weird in between terrible games compared to what you see on a certain store. Like there's pages of stuff like that, and now that you have to sort through to find all the games you care about. I can't tell you how many times I've just sat there and held down the analog stick to get past all the BS in a certain genre that is not real games that haven't been released. Hentai games, and Gabe himself said that. That makes sense. And Gabe probably realized they make too much money probably off of that to get rid of it, to be fair. And that's probably what it is. It probably has nothing to do with the industry itself. It has to do with that genre makes Steam a fuckload of money. I mean, and it's because the ones that are good, like the one I own, the one that James has caught me playing here and there before, there are some hidden gems that have really good gameplay loops and are owned by developers who are only like a group of, like, from what I know, they're getting bigger now because of Discord, but I think it started as 5 people. That made a certain game that I play from that genre. That game is expanding. It's getting more and more and more and more. I'm not going to say too much about what it's expanding. But you get my point. The content is coming. They're actually caring about its development cycle. They actually care about the fans, even though in this case the fans is a different genre altogether. It's very strange. I know that that's a weird genre for most people to talk about because they're always uncomfortable. But I look at that as, if you're uncomfortable to talk about that genre, and this is coming from a Slanesh, I'm not. Because I feel like that's, to me, a bit of immaturity. Because we're all adults here. That's silly. If you're afraid of that topic, then maybe something slightly a little off. Just saying. But let's see, is the cultures change? What's acceptable today might not be acceptable. I don't own or play the games far as your console player. Yeah, console. Well, see, that's the thing. From a console player only perspective, I get where Tam King's coming from, but I also agree with Farseer Tam King. Trust me, I've seen the numbers. That industry will never die. It's because it's a natural human instinct. It's making money off of something that will never go away. The only way that industry doesn't, man, this is the same reason why a certain movie industry in a certain genre also makes all the money too. It's because that's a thing humans will never not have unless we give up on that. The only way that that's ever going to not make money is if humans altogether stop caring about a certain thing that we do naturally as a species. She isn't, but you're both right, though, in a way. Because on the console side, there is also a percentage of console players only who don't have PC, but I'm also going to call you out a little bit, Sam King. That's just because you don't have a PC. If I were to buy you a good PC and you had access to PC and showed you how to use your controller, well, I guarantee you would buy those games at some point if I showed you certain ones. It's just because you don't have access to it. That's all it is. But on a number sheet, overall as a society, it's an infinite loop. Unless our society abandons it entirely. That's why Gabe himself said he's not going to get rid of it. Because why would you? If you already have it, there's no point. And you don't have, and once again, Microsoft, that doesn't matter to Microsoft because they just won't filter that in. Steam just won't give them that because they know they don't need that. The console side's not built on that. That's mainly for PC, to be fair in general. Because in most cases, those games are also good because you can mod them. Other than the big boy ones that are actually good content. But a lot of the other ones are good just because they're moddable. I have another one that its whole success is based on the fact you can mod in characters. So it's like I said, it's an instinct. So someone wants me to play Grand Theft Auto. I find that funny. Never playing that game again. I don't even know if I'll play 6. Probably not. Not if they're gonna up the price. It's not worth my money at that point. The story alone's not worth me paying $80 if that game ends up being $80. I'm sorry to say it's not. And with the fact that it'll only look better than GTA 5 did, the Florida Man thing and the Bonnie and Clyde thing are not enough to sell me $80. I'm sorry. And the fact that I haven't seen enough gameplay on that game yet already, no thanks. So, plus Steam also recommend new ones to you during Steam sales and Next Fest based on your library. That's true. Steam has one of the best recommendation systems. I have to give them that. They have one of the best recommendation systems, and then we need to start the stream and beat this mission. The reason why I'm not worried about this mission, I actually think this mission is going to be quite easy. Because I think it's just going to be a build up and clump and punch mission. Because if it's the mission I think it is, we're going to be, since it's going to be basically teaching us something new or showing us something new, I don't think it's going to be that aggressive. And we're going to have an ally. So this means we might outnumber them. So, but I do want to say one last thing, and it's in favor of the Steam to give them a shout out. They have, and this is even compared to a YouTube algorithm, because YouTube algorithm, recommendation algorithm, it's good, but it gets overzealous. It just, you subscribe to maybe 2 channels here and there, but then you subscribe to 2 other channels, and it just jumps the extreme back and forth. It doesn't know how to be in the middle. It has no idea how to do that. Where Steam is perfectly in the middle. Depending on what your library and all the games you've ever purchased is, it will only ever recommend the things it's seeing in your library. And it will only recommend certain genres even within that genre. So I tend to get advertisements for the better design stuff for a certain Slaneshi genre because I own at least 3 good ones for myself in that genre. So it knows this. And it's seen how successful these ones are too, so it's recommending the higher recommended and successful versions of those games. So, it's very good. I will say that. Steam recommends me some of his games, lol. Looking at you, are not good, good, good. You need to be recommended those games. Those games are good. Really? That'd be like you getting recommended your friends. Yeah, it is. But it's fine with me. You can choose to turn it off, by the way. That's a completely opt in thing. I chose to leave it like that. I do that on purpose. Like I said, there's a bit of James in me, but it's the Slaneshi side of me that does the chaos. Yeah. You know me on you. And you can also, by the way, just to let everyone know this too. If you're friends with me and you don't want to see those, you can also turn that off. You can turn off seeing friend recommended games if you don't want to see that. You can also do it per profile too. Steam is insane. Steam lets you customize so much stuff, even when it's not just the game itself. They're also the most control friendly platform that exists. This is why I don't buy from Epic. I don't buy from all that. You want to know one major reason why I don't buy from all of them? Because their platform isn't user friendly. Steam, especially for a handicapped person like me, Steam is friendly with every control on this planet. Oh, how they did that? You could have a control made by a goblin in a forest. And I bet you Steam knows what that control is. It's great. It's like, it's fantastic. This is why I'm a heavy Steam person. If I'm not Sony, I'm Steam. I do like Microsoft as well. Like they're my third place, and this is nothing on Microsoft. It doesn't mean that I don't like them or anything. It's just they just ended up third for me because I played less Xbox over my years than I did overall PC and PlayStation. So that's just a matter of me. Has nothing to do with Microsoft or anything. Like I said, they're doing very smart decisions and grandiose things. But um but yeah. But yeah, it's great stuff. You see. But yeah, but like I said, you could it's just super customized. So if you don't want to see my recommendations for my profile, you can go to my profile and turn that off. Like on your friends list. You can click on me, go to the settings, boom. That's just to let everyone know. I don't think anyone cares most of the time, but just to let everyone know who's friends with me. If you get recommended certain games, you can turn that off. Also, I do think it also has to do with preferences. This also says a lot about Sealy as well, because here's another thing that's calling you out to Sealy, which is why I love Steam and so how good it is. You know what also it doesn't do? If you yourself have never bought one of those games ever, you will not get recommended one of my games from that genre. So what did you buy, Sealy? I already know Farseer's a dark elf, so she's always going to see what I have. And Darius. Darius is just by happenstance. He lives with a dark elf. Oh, man. It's easy and cheap to add controller support than it is to porting a game to another platform. Which just makes sense. Which is why Steam is the king. But to be fair, this also shows why it's so shitty that Epic and all these don't do that. Why is your platform not able to do that? Even Microsoft, I'll call out Microsoft on that too. Their PC app has no proper controller support when it comes to certain games that are more PC oriented that Xbox does have. And I'm like, that's silly. You're a controller. Your other games have controller support because you're an Xbox. Why does this game not have it? It should be universal. What if because it's not the game, because that same game has support for controller on Steam. It's so strange. Like I said, Moonman could make your control, and Steam would know what that control is. No matter what, and even handicap controls. Don't rat me out. I will rat you out, Celia. Uh oh. I sat there too long. That's my fault. Let's get this going. Dolphins are too much of an animal. I mean, damn. What? Sealy definitely bought some dolphin techniques. No, it would be orcas. It would be about whales. It would be about orcas. If it were, I'm ratting Sealy out completely on his Slanesh side. This is how the Slanesh house works. When you fail to recognize your own secrets. Oh man. Oh man, great stuff. That's why I love to chat more than the game sometimes. I do love this game, but I do love just chatting with chat sometimes, especially when we all get in here at the same time. That's why I try to start at a reasonable time. More likely. All right. Wait. He has that power world. Ah. Wait. The actual one or the one you take photos in? The wildlife observance simulator. Like I said, if you were my friend on Steam, you probably already know. Or if you've been around on this channel long enough, you know Luna is queen here. And if you know why or know what that means, good on you. Now there are other queens of that variety here as well that are I've talked about in the past, video game and otherwise. But yeah. It said, no, we must press this issue further. See, they say, can we move on from the preferences for a hot minute? Damn, Steam Workshop mods ruined me, man. People are too good. See what I mean, Tam King, about mods? See, this is why the industry's too big. Even when you don't, even when the game, this is the thing. Even when the game's not fully has that. Oh, there's a mod somewhere. Oh man, let's get this going. We'll get wrapped in this Slanesh loop forever. Or Slanesh. Oh.
North of here, a great tamarisk tree grows from the riverbank. In its trunk,
So this is the
we will
final
find
mission.
the
It
head
is. It's
of
the one I thought.
Osiris.
Chiron, soldiers approach.
Yep, told you.
I am Njord Seer. We're following the One-Eye. We've tracked him all the way from Midgard.
The One-Eye? Gargarensis. The Cyclops.
Aye, he has united the giants. Up north, much of Midgard now lies in ruin. We were sent to follow him in hopes of preventing Ragnarok.
Ragnarok?
The end of the world. Have you seen the One-Eye?
He is here. We are fighting against him as well. Will you join us?
Told
We
you,
will.
chat. Huh?
Look, a scout. Follow him back to his camp.
Roger,
Perhaps they
roger.
can help us.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta turn my controls on too. 1 second, chat. Almost forgot. Okay. So these are all warriors, right? Yeah.
Enito. A you refer?
Here we go, chat.
Welcome.
The Vikings are the most technological advanced faction here, and it's funny. Technically, they are.
Come to our camp, noble one. Protect us, and we shall help you fight your way to the tamarisk tree.
Malista.
Roger, roger. I didn't mean to do that.
Ne.
Greek.
Meant to do that.
UIR.
Okay, let's get people on stuff. I can't remember what the ox cards do because it's been a while.
UER.
Let's actually hold on. Let's get him off that
Gereg. You refer.
because I want to fatten up these goats. So for now, wow, we have no wood. We need to go exploring. It looks like. So,
Yes,
sir, you're
that
gonna come
I
down
do.
here and so it's down here.
Into you refer.
Let's get all the militaries up.
In Ak.
We have hardly anything, so we need to secure something. Send laborers to cut down the tamarisk tree. Roger, roger.
UER.
Actually, do we have a scout I can do?
Mummies threaten our camp. Seek out and destroy these tombs in the desert, and the attacks will stop.
Gereg.
Really?
You refer. Ak.
So we have to worry about mummies.
UER. Tayu.
Oh, right, we're not what's it called right now. A
Get
pharaoh
up.
has arisen. I'm trying to remember. Oh, right, you're the gathering points. Right, we have to move together and gather.
Into
I remember. Okay. Right, okay. So that's what the difference for, now I remember. So that's what the difference for the Norse is. Their gathering buildings are mobile. Makes sense. Raiders. Alright, then you need to be
Wedge.
chopping this wood down.
Pro in Yawit.
Okay, so let's bring another person on
Image
wood. We'll have to
erect.
wait for those goats to fatten up for the food.
Pro in Yawit.
That'll at least get us some food, wood going. Okay, now that I understand that again. Okay. That's a market. So what we need to use our wood for
Gig.
early, or gold for, is we need a barracks.
Kid.
Let's make him build that faster.
Entio. Kid.
These two will be my builders. So there's a temple over here we need to go take care of. Let's go take care of that. I keep forgetting.
And we
Let's go take care of this.
UIR.
Oh, hold on. Didn't realize we didn't have everybody. There we go.
Esto malista. Ismaken.
Okay. You two are gonna become odd. I didn't do that.
And
Hold on.
in wedge.
Over there.
In wedge.
There we go. We need to create another tower pretty much immediately just to guarantee our protection. One back here because we've already cleared out this one.
Etimos.
So let's go scouting around.
Ulume.
Ah, okay.
Esto.
Perfect, another settlement.
Malista. Ne.
With a little bit more wood around it, but no gold has been spotted yet. That's what we're looking for.
Pandi. Malista. Esto. Ulume.
I should be technically attack moving. Ah, gold.
Ne. Ulume. Pandi.
Okay. Hold on.
Esto.
Make sure there's nothing up there. Okay, so that means one cart has to go over here now. And we need to send 1, 2, 3, 4 people over there. Because gold's going to be how we build more buildings. And we won't be able to get any more of these ox carts, so we got to be careful.
Prosecke.
Alright.
Ulume.
So that area is covered. Let's check up here. Wait, why are you what? Are you able to harvest stuff naturally on your own? No, I think it's just telling me that maybe it makes it a gold.
Image rec beya.
Rig. Baya.
Okay. Oh. Back to the village. Glad I built that tower. Yeah, alright, good, never mind, we're okay. We should check what's up here though. Okay.
Prosecke. Malista.
So that's the direction to the tree. We don't want to quite go that way yet.
Malista.
I'm trying to see, they must only, oh, so they're only able to come through here. I think, hold on, no, wait.
Ulume.
Okay, there's a, yeah, we can't go down right there. What about over here? Okay, there's a path up here too. Oh, whoa. Ooh, hello. Heroes do more damage than myth units. Oh, whoa, fall back. Okay, there's a wall there. So there's a city there. Alright, let's take this back.
In which you refer.
Alright, so then we're gonna want to do two things then. We're gonna want to block this off. Is what we're gonna want to do. Like immediately.
Kid.
Etimos. Panni. Leye. Bulume.
Go over here just in case we get attacked. Oh, there's another
Inito.
priest.
UIR. Ayo refer. Tayo. Greek. And which UIR.
Okay. Now I need a farm, which we'll just set up right here around this other yak for now. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And that's the last of our food. Are these goats fat yet? Not yet. Or I should say lambs. Here we go.
Intio.
Thank God gold is the primary use of Egypt only, and it doesn't use the other resources. This is what makes them stronger for me, because I can just focus on the one resource and be efficient quickly.
Gireg. Bea.
Actually.
Ak. Kid.
And we're gonna have to go block off the other entrance next. Which, let's
Inito.
go ahead and send our army
Tayo.
over there.
Ayo refer.
What happened? What happened? I've been ill the last few days. See, they still recovering. Oh, I didn't know that, Tam King. I hope you're doing better. Let me see. By the way, Tam, is the title one up? Or Friday? These time zones are confusing me a bit. Not sure, Celia. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. LOL, bruh. Ew, what happened? Don't want to go into too much detail, but let's just say, I hope you're doing better, Tam King. I know how that is, because my mom has to deal with stuff like that, so hope everything's doing okay. Let's see. How you been going? Just keep sipping on your tea. But yeah, but yeah, wish you well, Tam Gang. We're all sending our thoughts and prayers to you, then, bro.
Kid.
Like I said, I deal with a regular basis on that stuff with my mom and what she has to go through, so I know how that is. So. See, what do I need now? Goats, are you fat yet? You are. Good. One of you needs to slaughter these goats.
Which?
We need the food.
You.
Rest of both of you are going to create a granary, so when I have to move this cart, I can go ahead and move it. So, granary. Create the farms like right. That should be just enough room for all of them. Alright, what do I need to do now? Okay, they're done. See, now y'all need to go build this other wall. This wall's gonna have to be much bigger is the problem. Oh no, if we do it right there, they shouldn't be able to pass. If we stop it at this rock. Let's stop it right here instead.
Kid.
Alright. Once that's up and the tower's up, then I'm going to move to the other side and explore down here. We haven't seen what's down here yet. Alright, you two
Rig.
need to create farms.
Kids.
Kids.
In which? Kids.
Oh, this is what I was worried about.
UIR. Tayo.
Shoot them down, archers. Oh, they can't get to
Are
them.
you
Hold on.
repair?
We have to hold. Oh, hold on.
Girig. Kid.
No. Run.
Greek. UIR. Tayo. Are you repair? UIR.
Ooh, that was close.
Are you repair? In wedge. Kid.
Oh, hold on.
And which? Tayo. Are you repair?
Going for my breeze. Oh, crap. Well, I didn't mean to commit this much, but okay. We're gonna have to kill this. And then rebuild. I think we lost our Sphinx, so I'm gonna have to get a new Sphinx. Alright, fall back, that's good enough. Fall back, that's good enough.
Tayo. UIR. Are you repair?
Get out of there.
Into.
We lost one of our Norsemen, damn it. That's kind of sad, but that's okay. Oh, okay, so we need to quickly build that wall back up.
Kid.
Towers as well.
Kid.
Whew, okay. That was a bit rough.
Girig. Bea.
You're supposed to be over
Image.
there.
Rek. Bea.
Okay. About 5 of those. 4 of those. For now. Let's get our infantry back up. Wood is done, okay. Let's move the cart over here.
Into. Hro in Yawit. In wedge. Hro in Yawit.
Okay.
Girig. Kid.
Okay. Now let's get more people on food. Alright, let's see what we've got already. Or do we got another one? Hold on. There we go. That's the last one. Let's also get another Sphinx. Oh, I don't have no faith, right? Because we haven't built any monuments yet, right? Like, I've been having to focus on defense.
Image erect.
Alright, we're gonna create one more tower over here to guarantee this stays defended.
Rig.
Alright, one of you help harvest these these goats. The other one's gonna create the next farm.
Kid.
Alright. Then I'll just send what we've got for now. Just so we have a better what's it called? I will get 3 more priests. So we have our 4 healers. Because they heal each other too, so. Perfect, okay. One more. Alright, this area is safe up here now. We can leave.
You refer.
What? Why did we lose control of everybody?
And which?
Oh, those are the new ones. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there must be a mummy back there. Okay.
You refer.
Ow.
Tayo.
Pretty sure they're good against these because they're kind of like mini heroes. Yeah, priest hero. Yeah, they should kill this thing pretty fast. There we go. Now let's go find that temple and let's put everybody back on work duty. All right.
Tayo. You refer. Tayo.
Must be up here, whatever it is.
Tayo. You refer.
This looks like another entrance.
Tayo.
Can we cross this? We can.
You refer. Tayo.
So that's another entrance. We need to block this off. Hold on. Let's bring our construction workers over here.
Image erect. Enito.
Increase building hit points. Okay, cool. I'll have a priest go grab this and take it back.
You refer. Tayo.
All right.
Enito. You refer. Gereg. You refer.
Get them back together. Okay. Now we need to create a wall.
Kid.
While that's happening, I need to go find this mummy temple.
You refer. UIR. Tayo. You refer. UIR.
Another
Are you
entrance?
refer? Tayo. Are
That's a
you
big
refer?
boy entrance.
You I tayo.
Ah, there's a settlement over
Are
here
you
is why.
refer? UIR. Tayo.
Okay.
Are you refer? UIR. Are you refer? Tayo.
There's our other gold supply
Are you
when we run out.
UIR? Are you refer? Tayo.
Is that water or is it crossable? It's crossable.
Are you refer? UIR. Tayo. Are you refer?
Okay. Oh,
Tayo.
no. Okay, so we found the
UIR.
other city. It's right there.
Tayo.
Alright, good to
Are you
know. Let's
tayo?
uncover the beach. And then we'll head back towards the south and see what's on the bottom left of our map that's on our side. That must be where
UIR.
the last mummy temple is.
In which? Kid.
Inito. Tayo. Are you refer? And we. Tayo. UIR. Tayo.
Alright, so now I want you to explore
Are you
down
refer?
here. I'm assuming the temple's down there somewhere. Where these mummies are coming from. Because I've got to expand my building crew now. We need 5. 5 is a good number. It seems a gold number for builders.
Inito. Tayo. UIR. Are you refer?
Hold
Tayo.
on, come over here real quick. Make sure we've gotten the edge of the map uncovered. Because there can be little idols. Thanks, y'all. Much appreciated.
UIR.
Oh, yeah, no
Tayo.
problem, Tam King.
Are you ref? UIR.
Let's see.
Tayo. Are you refer?
Where's
UIR.
mummies at? There they are.
Tayo. Are you refer? UIR. Tayo.
Oh, let me grab this. Miss units are cheaper.
UIR. Are you
Okay.
refer? UI. Tayo.
We still
Are
haven't
you
completed
refer?
the optional objective.
UIR.
So there must be another one.
Tayo.
Can't get up there, so it's gotta be.
Are you
where?
refer? UIR.
What? I've uncovered everything though. Maybe there? No, that's no way it's in that tiny little bit. Maybe it's near them. What? Didn't see one over here. Huh. It must be on their side.
Tayo.
Do that just in case. Unless you can get up there somehow.
Are
Here.
you refer?
I'm gonna have him come over there for a second and check that.
Girig.
Tower.
Kid.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what side to attack from. I don't know which one's better. Ah, he's advanced stages. We need to advance then. Woo, so back. Hey, bud. Haven't had you in a while. Or Hathor is his other name. That's how you. That's what also. That's an example of what I meant. I'm glad this game shows that. Sobek is one of the more original gods of Egypt. He had a different name before the change of culture. That's cool. So he's camels, and the two myth units got that bird flight unit. He's got the crocodile. Sekhmet is the citadel and the scarabs and stuff like that. Basically siege. I don't know if we're gonna need siege. We just need to chop down a tree. I feel like in this case, maybe since we're having to deal with nature and stay out in the open, maybe Sobek. But I'm gonna let y'all decide. This is chat's decision, not me. My boy is not up here as a choice, so I can't overrule anybody. So what is y'all's choice? Sekhmet or Florida Man, the King of Florida? I knew what Sealy was gonna pick. I'ma need the Florida rep. Okay, Tapcake says Sobek as well. Well, I guess that means that's unless someone else chimes in, Farsi would be outnumbered, even if she said Sekhmet at this point. I don't know if she said Croxilla as well anyways. Alright, well, we'll go with Sobek. Worship Sobek. So we're gonna get his children, the Pestuos myth unit, a bejeweled crocodile that fires a focused ray of sunlight at enemies. It's literally a crocodile with a laser beam strapped to its head. Very Dr. Evil, to be fair. And then we get the Rock, which is basically like just a Cthulhu Yaku myth unit, a flying transport, although it is a transport. This is the thing that was carrying that cage that we saw. These transport units over things. So you can see how cheesy that would be as well. Then we get the solar bark, which this is sea snakes, basically. He summons giant sea snakes near enemy ships. That's not going to be as useful to us, but that's fine. But we get sun-dried mud bricks, meaning our buildings have more hit points. They cost less gold to build. They take less time to build, which is going to be brilliant for what we're going to do. Dark water for the camels. Sobek offers the dark water to your camel units, increasing their hit points and allowing them to regenerate. The King of Florida has come. Alright, that's good enough for now. Now, we're going to wait till that picks up real quick. I'm going to go over here and... I'm trying to think what we need to build. We need some houses. We need some houses. So we'll build cheap right now. As soon as Sobek is ready, though, I'm going to come over here and claim the settlement with the construction crew. We'll send the army over there. Yeah, see, it's not right there.
Greek.
For now, they need to come back with this,
You are you refer?
So that means there should be no mummies attacking us there. Oh, hold on. Oh, what the hell? An axeman got left behind. Oh, that's a wall. Getting hit. I thought it was an axeman. Yeah, so just like the other one, we're gonna need a third tower. So 3 towers seem to be the best.
And which UIR? Tayo.
They're actually in the final age too. We're gonna need to age up one more time as well before we attack.
Tayo. Are you refer?
Image erect.
Come repair this wall. Alright, they gave us a little bit of population. Take the relic back to the temple.
Bulume, Pandi, Malista.
Bulume, Pandi. Alright, what do we need to age up? We gotta build the stronghold, and then we need, well, we've got that, technically. Our goats are almost gone. Oh, our wood guys need more wood. Let's come over here by these elephants.
Entio. Hro en Yawet. In wedge. Hro en Yawet.
Actually, hold on.
Image
Come over here.
UER.
I feel like we've got better wood supply there. Oh, we've got our transport ready to go if we need it. We'll leave them here. Okay. Now let's set recruitment over here for now. Okay.
Gireg.
You guys need to build me another tower. Then we need to start working on faith
Kid.
real quick. We're gonna build them up here and make it look cool. Also, I need to upgrade this to sandstone walls. And you guys need your upgrades as well. Just to do that now.
Image Erek.
Alright, first monument going up. But we're gonna put them all up. Actually, well, I forget. They need to be around buildings. So we need to build a separate crew for building monuments then. Because this crew needs to go over here. We need to create a wall. Right there. To there. To block off entrance to the waterway. And to the settlement. Okay. Main force,
Finito.
you're gonna come over here and help guard.
Tayo. UIR.
We'll need another tower there, but I need to build a small, separate construction crew. Forgot to send one of the Florida men into war here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4 people should be enough to build monuments. And once they're done with that, I'll just have them do other stuff. Like, we don't have too many wood collectors, so we might have them do that.
In wedge.
Stop chopping down the trees over there. I told you not to do
Hro
that.
en Yawet. Entio. Hro en Yawet.
There we go. Okay. Wall built.
Great.
Beautiful.
Tayo. Ayo refer. Tayo. And which? UIR.
Make this one the gate.
Image Erek. UER.
Towers first.
Kid.
Okay. Alright, yay!
Finito.
So you're gonna be my monument builders for now. Just in case these monuments need to be around all these buildings. We'll make it look cool and put it in front of the temple. You need to be helping with this. I'm actually gonna put you on in a squad with them. Because we'll build these monuments much faster with his help.
Ak.
Okay.
Gireg. Kid.
Inejirek.
These are the bigger ones, so they're going right here.
Erifir.
Although, I just realized I need to block this off. Hold on, might as well attack.
Are you refer?
Maybe I should keep it that way and just come this way. This will be my fast track. Actually, I don't think I'm going to block this off. I think I'm just going to guard that because then I can send the villagers directly from this settlement if we lose them while chopping this tree down.
Are you refer?
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit right here. I'm going to turn them around. We are going to build towers here, though.
Are you refer?
So right there, beautiful. All right, construction crew.
In wedge.
How many I've got left? I've got plenty left. Okay. Come give me a tower here, so we can defend if they decide to come towards this way. But all right, that's good there. Let's get our monuments continuing to go. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have some sort of monument benefit right now. I just wish you could tell what it does.
Inejirek.
Or a monument buff going on right now. Well, that's a big one. We'll put this one here. Hold on. I want to try to line it up though and make it look apt.
Kyle.
Is my OCD translate into building buildings in certain spots? Yes, is the answer.
Gireg.
Gireg. And the other tower needs to be here. Praise the sun. Wait, what did I just get? Empower 15 buildings simultaneously. So yeah, it is. It's definitely affecting the buildings. So we definitely want to build in the radius of this thing if we can. So we'll let this squad do that. We need to build the Midgall stronghold now. This is the only thing I don't know if I want to empower, though, just because I don't know if I see the reasoning of empowering it. I think we're just going to put it as an in-between this one and the other settlement. Oh, a mummy! So it must be up there. We let him heal them.
Into.
Let's get one more tower over here, because 3 is the magical number with this thing.
Kid.
Enito. Tayo. Are you refer? UIR.
Okay, now will be our setup for the rest of the game. That's already done. That means we need to age up. So now it's Osiris. Yeah, see, we're not getting a choice of Anubis right now because he's being forced to serve with Set. Because he's technically his father is Set, we're not going to see Anubis till probably the end. Or until we do Skirmish again. We got to use him in the very beginning. Before things went sour and south. With the way things kind of ended up because of the conflict and the way the gods ended up fighting each other. He always kind of has to side with Set. It's kind of his curse. So, it explains why we haven't seen him. Let's see. So what do we want for this one? They've got mummies. Maybe we just want Horus again. Just keep going, God of Vengeance. But I'm letting chat decide. What? What's happening? Probably, hopefully, that won't affect consoles too much. What's coming back? What'd I miss? I think they're gonna do something new. Perhaps Dragon's Dogma. Also, in their developers note, Tim, they said they're buffing the Apex monsters into their 8-star quest variations. But that's the end of May. That should be fun, but also terrifying. Also, oh, that Monster Hunter, I assume. Also, Mitsu is being a 8-star quest, by the way. Only the tempered version, though. Nice. Also, Arena is coming back. What are we talking about? Probably. Hopefully that won't affect the consoles too much. Horus the Birdman he didn't humiliate Anubis, he humiliated Set. Anubis is his son. I hope you know. Set's not Anubis's father. He may have to serve him because of his family allegiances, because of his mother. But Set is actually not Anubis's father. Horus is. Because I think it is actually Sekhmet. Sekhmet, Set's wife, did some magic to change her appearance, and she made herself look like, I forget who's married to Horus, who his wife was, to make herself look like Horus's wife, so she could, spend a day with him, is a nice way to put it. And Anubis was created! So technically Anubis is actually not technically Horus knows this to a certain extent, I think. I don't think he knows confirmably that it's true, but I think in the actual written like mythology or belief of Horus is that he's aware of it, but there's not much he can do because his mother is loyal to Set. Because they're not together. That was and because he's technically a bastard child. Sadly, I hate to say, according to the old ways, is the way it looks at that. Yeah, he ain't ever gonna be heir to the throne properly. It's kind of like a Jon Snow situation, sadly. Or Tyrion Lannister. Let's see. Uptown King said Horus. Okay. So, Sealy voted Mummy Dude. It was a puzzle piece for a while, exactly. I mean, he is a puzzle piece. You know that's what we're doing, right? Sealy? You know that's the mission of this campaign, or this part of the Egyptian campaign, is to collect the pieces of Osiris and put him back together to stop the Titans for the Egyptian side, while simultaneously having the help of Atlantis, of the Greeks, who worship the Greek gods who are fighting the Titans on their side, and also Ragnarok, keeping Ragnarok from happening for the Norse. In this alternate reality, since all the gods actually exist in their physical entities that actually can walk around, kind of like Kratos in God of War style. Think of it like that. This universe is akin to kind of like what God of War is like, where the gods are actual physical, living, breathing things, and people, and entities, and life forms that live with the humans on this planet. So, hence that the world is very different. So, Horus still wins in both old and new. Oh yeah, Horus is amazing. Horus is... I am at least proud that Anubis ended up being his... Because I don't like Set. Set is a pompous, selfish little dude. Like, Set is terrible. And it's no wonder Sekhmet kind of cheated on him. He's an ass. And he's an ass to Anubis, too. So, he doesn't, by the way, he does not know. Set does not know Anubis is not his. He does not know his brother is actually his son's father. Because they're both sons of Osiris / Ra. So, that's what they're brothers, technically. It's great stuff, but also terrible. But anyways, Horus won the vote, so we're going Horus. Because 2 people voted Horus, 1 person voted Osiris. Can't remember, Celia. Sam, what armor did you into... Oh, y'all are talking about Monster Hunter. Alright, let's back to the building. Kirej. We already have a market. We're not there yet. We need a siege works, right, yeah. We wanted to be in range of the... We're just gonna put it right here, guarded by this. Because this will put it in range of the, the monuments, buffing it. Okay. So we're good there. That's done. Now back to construction crew 1. Town center time. It's time to get set up over here so we can bombard from this side if we need to. Nice. Siege works is up. Let's go ahead and get the early level upgrade stuff. That's all taken care of. Want to get to all the early stuff. Okay. Now you 2 need to build farms and join the family.
Kid.
Rig. Kids.
And we need sacred cats. Woo! Keeps vermin away. Yep, they do. Can't tell you how many more bugs I've seen since I lost the little man. They definitely keep a lot more out than people can take for granted. Cats are, I love cats. Cats are amazing. Alright, we have gone up. Let's get both those upgrades done. All these upgrades. Alright. Ah, interesting. Certain buildings don't get buffed by the monuments after a certain age. Okay. Good to know. Garrick. Uh-oh. Is it anything threatening, though? No. Nothing that's worth my time. Send the army over there for. Oh, guys, what are you doing? Stop harvesting the gold. We've got people for that. Thanks for the help on it, but god dang. Alright, we need to get a temple and stuff over here for the purposes of training and frontline. I like that they just went to a different wall.
And we tayo. Are you refer? Greek UIR. Enito.
Here, let's clear this out.
Are you
We're
UIR?
gonna lose some units, but let's clear this out. There we go. I just wanted to get rid of those Anubian warriors. I do need to find that temple here soon. But I'm going to start gathering up more units before I push out. Okay, temple created.
In wedge.
Now we need a barracks over here.
Kid.
And we UIR. Are you ref
What time is
UIR?
it? 6:30. We gotta wrap this up quick.
Inito.
We gotta start getting more aggressive. It's time to stop worrying about building and just do what we need to do now.
Inage
Okay.
correct.
So I need siege works.
Kid.
Greek. Tayo.
Into you.
Okay. Let's get like 6 of these. 3 more of these. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Cancel 1. Oh, grab that afterwards because I forgot to get that, darn it. Oh, that's my bad. So we're gonna want at least 8. Oh, building queue is full, okay. So we can probably win this with just Myth and what's it called, to be fair. We don't really need Siege, I'm just putting it up just in case.
Into you.
We need a lot more gold. Did our gold people run out of gold? No. But I do think we need more gold harvesting. We should probably send 2 more people for that. Go.
Gireg.
Alright, I don't really need anything else. Well, we can do that over there. We do need an armory.
Kid.
In which? Baya. Baya.
Alright, they did that. Nice.
Into you.
You know what? Lighthouse is kind of pointless for this build. I'm gonna do it right here so we can see. We want it protected though, is the thing. I'm gonna do it right here so we can see what's going on across the river.
Kid.
Inito. UIR. Are you refer? UIR.
We'll get to see what's going on. I should just zoom out like this a lot more, but
In wedge.
let's build some more houses. Oh no, wait.
Tile.
That actually might need to be where the monument goes, just because I don't have room for it at the other place.
In a jirek.
So instead, let's build them over here.
Arc.
Okay, so I can see over there a little bit better. Okay. So now we'll always know when something's coming this way.
In wedge.
Alright, let's get a mid goal over here. And then that'll be the last of the buildings we need for recruitment.
Jirej. Erifir.
Means I'll be heading to the other side now.
Ak.
Okay, so now we worry about units.
Inage Erek.
Alright, so because our gold is getting so light, I think this crew is going to go on gold duty for a little bit. So we're going to put a gold mine
Kid.
right here.
And we Tayo, you refer.
I gotta grab our other units here in a second.
Tayo. UIR.
Okay, let us get more units now. Let's get 2 Sphinxes. 3 Crocs, because we've already got one. We've already got an Avenger. 2 more Avengers. He boosted camels, right? Yeah, he boosted camels. So we're gonna need camels. Cause I remember Sobek made our camels better. Also, let's go ahead and get all of that. It's weird to, oh, we didn't get the one that boosts the Sphinx. Sphinx is what it is. Quarry.
Enito.
41, we're about to have enough. Is then we gotta send all of our workers to chop the tree down. We're gonna stop harvesting gold on this side after that. And just let that one finish off, and then we'll move them to way over here. Okay. 5 camels. And we want bop, 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 bop. Because that's going to use up most of our resources. Oh, we need another house.
Antio.
And we've got enough for another one, good.
Tayo.
We've got enough for another house. I'm going to keep putting these houses up until it stops letting me. We can do another one, okay.
Tayo.
Another one, okay.
Ak.
And that's the last one, okay. So
Erifir.
they're done there. So now we need to build that other monument. This is extremely expensive. It's gonna be... Actually, we're gonna bring you over here. It's gonna be here So we can buff all of this. Yeah, right
Tile.
there. Next to that temple. Nice. Because this is where majority of the stuff is going to be coming from, is over here.
In wedge.
Okay, is there another one? There's not. So we're pretty much done building stuff, I think. Yeah, so let's have these guys become the new builder crew.
Arc.
Because I
Tile.
wonder if he enhances them chopping down the tree. That's what I wonder, right? So let's
Erifir.
create a new group right here. He's already got 4 villagers with him. Let's give him 4 more. We're going to see if he enhances their harvesting speed so it can chop down the tree faster and finish the mission. Alright. Because gold is going good now. Yeah, we've got all the upgrades. Make sure I don't have to upgrade the cart one as well. I think they all count towards the same thing. They do. Oh, I can do the upgrade on you and not have to worry about doing it on the farm. That'll make food gathering faster. Where's our other one? Let's do seesaw on you. Oh, that guy died. Well, that's alright. Let me grab the whole military here.
Are you repair?
Alright, we're gonna start spamming people here soon.
Tayo
anyways.
UIR.
Yeah, I wonder where that temple is. We still have yet to find the mummy temple.
Are you repair? UIR. Tayo.
Two more slingers. Two more spears. 3 more of those. We went Horus, which is also infantry based, so our infantry is going to be really overpowered, so we definitely want to focus on that. Now we need the food. So here's my other thing that's starting to become odd. So gold's caught up.
In with UEI.
Turn that in. You guys now need to create a secondary farm for me. We're going to create one out here.
UEI.
We want it to be blessed though, so hold on. Where's the edge?
UEI.
Right there. So we want it to be right here.
Girig. Kid.
Right there. Don't start hunting because you're just going to start building farms. We're just going to have y'all help each other build them faster.
Kid. Kid. Kid.
One more we can build. We'll build it by the armory. You'll note that the game's that's only on console. It does not do that on PC. That's really efficient. Because then I immediately just created those farms right there. Okay. So, let me move my new squad up here.
Ark.
Entio. Tayu. Ak.
Nine. Okay. Including him. So that means there's 8 villagers and 1 pharaoh. Okay. So let's go find this temple first. Oh, wait. I already got all that, didn't I? Yeah. So let's grab all this.
Greek.
Yep, thought so. Let's go over here.
Are you refer?
The thing is like, I want to find, I don't know which way the mummy came from. Let's check this way first.
Tayo. Are you refer? UIR. Tayo. Are you refer? Tayo.
That's a big boy army to be fair. Luckily we have more. We're gonna lose some things.
UIR. Tayo. Are you refer? Tayo. UI Tayo.
Come back over here.
Are you refer? UIR. Tayo. Are you refer?
Oh, we lost the Norseman. That's okay.
UIR.
We don't need them to technically complete this, just the carts.
Tayo.
Since we can't rebuild their units sadly yet. But that'll be next episode. That means we're going into the Norse area very soon.
UIR. Tayo.
Okay, so that's controlled. Let's go regroup some more troops.
Tayo. UIR.
Wow, that giraffe sadly died.
Are you refer? Enito.
Wow, we lost all of our axemen and spearmen. Okay. So we need 5 more axe, 5 more spear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also lost some Avengers. 1, 2. Did we lose any priests? No. I do think we need more priests though. We'll see if we can field it. 2 more priests as well. The Crocs are still at 4. The Sphinx, one of the Sphinx died. It's because the Sphinx aren't able to be upgraded, so they're not as strong. Get 2 more Sphinx. 2 more Crocs. Because the Crocs are long range. How many slingers are left? Actually, all 10 slingers are still alive. Okay. Also, now that the resources have built back up, we need to upgrade our armor for our infantry again. Oh.
Tayo. You refer. Tayo.
finish. I should probably have my Pharaoh boosting this. Make this faster. Because the myth units take the longest, and so do the upgrades. Okay, let me do this now, because the upgrades are going to be important. Now switch back. Finish off the units. Alright, that's all the units. Stay exclusively on that for now. Okay. Now we need to select all of them again. Back to 51. 10 axemen. 8 spearmen. 6 crocs. 3 sphinxes. 4 avengers. Ooh, the camels actually lost quite a lot too. So we need 5 more camels. Oh, that's doing upgrading. Hold on, let's get these units out. Buy all the final upgrades. There's no aging up. Locust Swarm. Thanks, Horace. We'll stay over here. Oh, that's messed up. Isn't that messed up? Let's add the insult to injury. Oh, okay. Ha ah! Terrible, terrible. Terrible, terrible it is. Alright. Time to attack again.
Refer. Inito, UIR, IU refer. Tayo.
It's gonna be so easy to beat this now.
UIR.
This will be nothing now.
IU refer.
Oh, that didn't take too much damage. Let's finish off with the round here first.
Tayo. UIR.
The Sphinx is gonna die again. These Sphinxes get hard targeted.
IU refer. UIR.
Fire the lasers! Florida man!
Tayo. IU refer. UIR.
Let's see what's over here. We gotta find that. Was that it? Maybe? We'll see. I don't know if that's... Because they haven't been attacking me with myth units. They've been building them in some places, but...
Tayo. UIR. IU refer. UIR. Tayo. You refer. Tayo. UIR. You refer. Tayo. You refer. UIR.
Destroyed at their own base. Alright, that's not needed, boys. Destroy this gate so we can get around the side. That is needed because we have to go over here and check this corner for the last temple we're looking for the mummies before the optional. I like to try to complete my optionals if I can, depending on what they are.
You refer. UIR. Tayo. You refer. UIR. Tayo. You refer. UIR. Tayo.
There it is.
UIR.
Get it. There might be another one over near another enemy base somewhere else, we'll have to say. Yay! That's all of them. Hey, we got wood and gold for that. Oh, shit. Oh, it's fine. It'll be fine. We have so many towers. It'll be fine. I've done the toxic strategy from most Age of Mythology that you do.
Tayo. UIR. You refer. UIR. Tayo.
This will clear out this entire way from our settlement. That isn't needed, though. We're gonna ignore that. They're trying not to, though. They are desperately trying not to. Keep going, boys. I'm gonna keep pressing if you keep doing that. He's out of range.
And which
Okay, hold on. Let me come deal with this for just a second. That is very strange. But now we can get ready to protect the tree. We're gonna have to build towers first. So let me bring our crew over there. Actually, we can build walls if we're fast enough. Let's begin wall building.
Greek. UIR. Tayo. UIR.
Because with the Pharaoh, it'll be faster. Why did he not go? Well, I guess if he's blessing, he doesn't go. Oh, he can't bless that. Okay, well, hopefully he can bless the harvesting. If not, I'll bring him back. Yep. Power of the serpent, so that's alright. We're right there. Kind of why I did it that way. That way they couldn't kill my people building their walls.
Girej. Tayo.
This is how you stop the AI from ever hurting you or doing anything. This is how you cheese them.
You refer. Tayo. UIR.
Inejirek.
So now technically this entire wall right here is completely safe. We can move up to here.
In wedge.
Which I am going to build a couple towers just to guarantee our safety on both of these walls. Then we'll start our harvest. Because realistically, all the army do is has to sit right here. And I can pull it over here if necessary. I'm going to give them a way out right there, just in case they need to go down the hill. This is not going to be gated. We're not going to go down this way. We have no reason. There's no optional objectives to kill the rest of the places, so it would just make our life a little easier is all it would.
And you?
But we're good enough at this point.
Ak.
Beautiful. And then 2 for over here, and we're ready
Pile.
to finish the mission. Remember, Cetra rules these lands, even if the people don't know it yet. Can't remember, Zealy. Have been on game for a couple weeks. Haven't been on game couple weeks. Weeks now. Been waiting for the update.
Jirej. Ak.
Yeah, see? Look at that. Alright. So I think it's time.
Ak. Erifir.
Finito.
Girek.
Nope, wrong one.
And you? Pile. Ak.
Hold on.
Erifir.
I don't think he can actually do that. Hold on.
Inejirek. Ak.
Inij Ro en Yawet.
And you?
Can he bless the harvesting? No.
Erifir.
Okay, then he's joining the army. These stupid little breeze dudes that are out of range are annoying. We need that. One of the crocs went outside the gate. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Where did you come from? Alright, that was a waste of the Avenger time. The priest will never destroy that wall, I just want to say. But that's just, you know, it's kind of annoying that we can't reach it. We need 800 wood. Did my guys run out of wood again? They did. Okay, then you need, where's all the rest of the wood at? There's a good set of wood over here.
In Wedge. Ro en Yawet. Entio. Ro en Yawet.
The crocs are going outside. I wish there was a way to tell them to stand guard. If there's a way, I think there is, I just don't know how to do that. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's their password? Oh. Ah, there it is, hold on. There it is.
Great.
Hold on. So this, wow. This menu is, I didn't know this menu was here. Stand ground. Oh, that's cool.
Are you refer?
So now we can put 'em here.
UIR. Are you refer?
But we can bring our gators up now. They can hopefully reach this stupid priest. Come, Florida men. See if you can reach this stupid dude being an ass. Can you shoot him? No, really? Ah, that's annoying. Alright, we're gonna have to put a gate. So they can see that one. Alright, hold on. Oh, it lured him in. It lured him in. Alright. We'll move our gators around as defense. Let me grab one of our priests.
And which?
Put him with him.
Are you refer?
Oh, the Pharaoh heals them too. Okay.
Are you refer?
So we'll just scatter our priests and stuff around.
Are you refer? Tayo.
Gary. EU into you. You eat L. N wedge.
Greek. Are you refer?
Look at that. I hate how long range the priests are. Hold on, does that mean my priest can reach him?
Enito. Tayo. Are you refer? UIR. And we. Are you refer? Tayo. Are you refer?
Yep.
Greek. UIR.
It's a priest war.
Are you refer?
Literally a new meaning on
UIR.
religious matters.
Enito. Are you refer? Tayo. UIR. Tayo. Are you refer?
They all sit up here, and then we put the other three on the other side. Right here, hopefully they can reach it.
UIR.
Oh, it looks like they can bless towers. Maybe that extends its range. Let me see.
Enito. Are you refer? UIR. Greek. Are you refer? Tayo. Enito. Are you refer?
There we go. What are these gators doing? Yeah, that takes care. Now we just wait. Now it's just a waiting game. Wait for these dudes to chop the tree down, which are almost done.
Into you.
I wonder if slingers have longer range. Let's see. Oh no, 17 range. Is that their... Can't tell if the 3.9 is the range or the 17. What's a priest have? 22, so technically they're not as... Not quite as good.
Into
if I do this, will they shoot the ones that are coming around the corner? Let's find out. Not quite. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, they don't seem to be doing their job now. There we go. It's because they couldn't see. I'm just gonna put these guys right here. Don't handle anything that gets too close to the gate. The priests have the other part. Alright!
Inito, UIR.
I'm actually remembering, I actually think there is a priest meta to a certain cheesy build. If you do it right, if you get the right god, that the priests are just the most overpowered thing in Egypt. Just because their range is higher than a slinger. Now, I don't know if it's higher than an archer, though, than from, like, Greece or something. That I don't remember. But against other Egyptians, if you really want to win, the biggest battles you see that's happening constantly is the priest v priest. Because they can see each other from further away. Like this right here. We got it. Piece of Osiris obtained. That's the final piece. Oh, it wants me to continue. All right, we're going to continue, but we're going to quit because I want to see the cutscene so y'all can see it at the end of this episode, and then we'll show the next part of, tomorrow. So we're going to hit next scenario, but we're not going to do it. Because the third piece was taken. I see a new enhanced
Ajax,
Danubians.
black sails. Those are Kamos's pirates.
Do you think Kamos is here?
He's here. Gargarensis would want Kamos watching over the peace personally.
Then he's gonna have a really bad...
Kamos's base is heavily fortified. If we capture
We're gonna
some of
go
his ships,
forward a little bit. We're gonna get the initial part and then make a save. I'm gonna load that save tomorrow.
Esto, Pani.
It's part 3. Huh?
Esmaken.
No,
Malista.
I just want to see. Okay.
Ne.
So there's a lighthouse there.
Ulume. Esto. Ne.
It's
Pani.
yellow, so it's neutral. So that means it's probably gonna join us if we
Ulume.
conquer this
Malista. Pani.
beach
Esto.
right here.
Vulume. Ne. Vulume.
Oh,
Malista.
whoa.
Hizbuli.
Oh,
Pani.
hold on.
Esto.
It gave us just enough units to win this, didn't it?
Horo. Ulume.
Oh, these are the
Malista.
neutrals, okay.
Espoli.
So they'll probably join us after we destroy these guys.
We have the boats.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you
Use
for
the
freeing
pirate
us from
ships
the
to
pirates.
transport troops
We
across
will
the
build
bay
Colossi
behind
for
Kamos's base.
Come back when they're
Near
ready.
the blue flag. So we have to fight, we have to create a path to the blue flag. I see. How will we get there without dying, though? Wait, what? I guess we would have to go around. Well, let's attempt to get over there then. Wow. Slightly separated there, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't trust that. I want to at least get a good starting point. Oh, shit. Well, I guess we could attack. Wait, can we attack? Wait, do they not know who we are? Hold on. If we die, we'll just start over. Hold on. They don't. Oh my god. Arcantos, you genius. I didn't think it actually worked like that. We're just pirates. His name's Majima.
Look at these defenses. We'd be dead men without these pirate ships.
You are 100% accurate. 100% accurate, sir. 100% accurate. 1000%. Let's explore down here while we've got the ships. I want to open this up. Make sure the edge of the map is cleared down here. There actually probably could have been something up here I should have looked, but oh well.
Pirate has chased us away from our homes. We will help you defeat him.
Into you. Into you. Gary.
Whoa, go down there. I don't know how long that disguise is gonna last. So we want to conserve those just in case.
We should build up behind these trees before we attack Kamos's main base.
Okay. Alright, well we're gonna save it where it is. We ain't gonna do all that right now.
Image erect. UER.
Yo, y'all harvesting these things too quick. This is my thing about the game. It's like, I get it wants me to have food, but we're just gonna go ahead and build farms if that's the case.
You need to. Kid.
I misaligned that one a little bit, but that's alright.
Kid.
Alright, those guys are gonna be responsible for food. We've got 2 people on wood right now, so these are our builders. I want to go ahead and assign all this before we quit. Okay. Let's get our military. Oh wait, that's the Pharaoh. We don't want him in the military. Come over there. Okay. I guess there is one more map with Egypt that we're gonna have to do. Alright.
You need to.
First thing I want to build just out the gate. Okay. Just gonna have to go here for now. Then we'll save.
Enito. UIR. Tayo.
I do want to move the military up here.
Ayo refer.
Where it's out of the way of my building stuff.
Tayo.
There's gold right there, okay. See why he wants us to move up. Okay. That's our builder
EU
squad.
refer UI air.
I'm actually going to keep the Pharaoh with this in the beginning as well. Because he will help us build faster. So,
In wedge.
for now, he's going with that squad. Okay. And I think that's where we're going to save it. Save. I'll just call it something new. We'll call it, to build a king. There we go. That was my other original title. I'm not just going to call it the title. I normally call it Pieces of the Pharaoh, but I think I'll just do To Build a King. That will be our save name for the save. To Build a King. Alright. Let us quit. Yes. Yep, Kamos. I remember this famous battle. Oh, I know what we're doing. Oh, yeah. Ah, this is where I think Kamos dies, if I'm not mistaken, or almost dies. This is the main battle between Kamos and Arkantos, and they've known each other for a while. So, okay. So that's what this one is. Alright, so I remember. So it must be 20 that I was thinking about. 20 is the mission where we do our first real Norse mission, I'm pretty sure. Where we will finally go to the Norse lands, or close to it. That'll be mission 20. We're on 19, we're almost done. We've almost beat the main campaign. We are getting very, very close to achieving our goals. Watch that first step. I think I remember he pushes him off a cliff, right? Or into the ocean or something. It's off a cliff somewhere. I can't remember. But, alright. We are good. We're at 57%. Yeah, so we're over halfway. The Norse part is the last 40%, to be fair. And then well, hold on. The last 30% is the Norse part. And then after that, the last 10% is actually Atlantis itself, meaning it's slightly different than the normal Greek unit version. And that's the final area in battle against Gargarinus and him trying to free the Titans. Now, if we were to go and play Age of Mythology 2, that would carry on to the next thing where now actual Titans will be freed in the second one by something that happens and Arkantos' people are portrayed by something. And that's around right now, by the way. Remember, I've told you there's something secretive going on. Gargarinus is actually not the true threat. There's something way scarier hiding behind the scenes right now. And you'll see it I don't remember if it shows its head at the end of this game or if it does it at the beginning of the next one. But let's just say there is a traitor among the Atlanteans. But that will succeed at the goal that we're fighting against no matter what we do. But just fate will put us in a place where we'll be able to fight the Titans. Where if Gargarinus has succeeded, nothing would have stopped the Titans, not even the gods. But now we will be there to stop them, once we complete this campaign. Let's see. Back then, there was no way to tell who was on whose side without proper colors and coat of arms. Wait, let's see. It's a bear that can't even bear and kind of look like a man in a suit. Ain't them the bears with the crescent moons on their neck, Fazir? If so, they look weird to me, especially when they stand up. Yes, Seeley. Fazir, at what point would War Thunder be like a science fiction game? Like how many years? April Fool's 2026 if Gaijin wants to get funky. It's Neptune. He's won his copyright lawsuit against Poseidon. I would have been a funny take. I would, even as more joking, that actually would have been kind of funny if there were a separation between the Roman and Greek gods, and actually they were born after. Maybe they were the children of the original Greek gods in some random mythical universe somewhere. That's not really true, but what I'm saying is, like, from a game perspective, I could see that. Neptune's like, I'm tired of father ruling over the ocean, it's my turn. I can see that. That's hilarious. Good one, Farseer. Interesting, but like, would War Thunder ever add stuff that's particle cannons on tanks? Once we get to that point, if it's around that long, I'll say it this way, Sealy. If somehow the snail keeps War Thunder alive for that long, oh yeah, probably. It makes money, doesn't it? It's a new type of tank, isn't it? It's a unit to be put in the game at that point. Right now, April Fools. I mean, it's like Farseer said. They already do that for April Fools regularly on some cases. That they have like laser tanks and shit. But this also shows you they already have the mechanics for it. So if they ever did want to go down that route one day and they needed to, they could. I don't think they will anytime soon to anything weird like that. I don't think they'll go sci-fi until the world in real life gets realistically sci-fi, which we're heading that way. If they're still around by then I guarantee you they would. They very much would. But call Kratos, he can sort this out. There will be a lot less gods, but he can fix it. He would, because he'd take out the Titans too, technically. He did in his too. Neither would be safe. Arcantos just needs to find out that there's a Spartan that can help him kill gods and just say screw all the gods. Because they ain't gonna keep humanity alive forever. And in most realities, probably would end up being the case. So, Arcantos just needs to contact his Spartan brothers. Leonidas tells him about this dude who's just even stronger than he is. He's not sure why. God, could you imagine if Kratos was in this game somehow? That'd have been a cool throw-in. Like if Sony allowed that and they kind of added him to the take as a hero for Ares. Even though he's the son of Zeus, technically, but he'd definitely be a unit that's given to you for God of War. Like maybe you'd be able to turn one of your commanders into, kind of like Egypt does, you'd be able to morph one of your command units into Kratos. Or Super Spartan. Some sort of Super Spartan. It's just Master Chief too. No, I'm just kidding. It's funny, all the good shit comes from Sparta. Makes sense. See, I don't think the side effect of killing gods will affect this world. I don't think it would. I don't think it would either, because in this world they're different. They may be physical in the God of War world, but they don't physically, are attached and live in the world. They're almost a entity realm that exists inside the normal realm. That's why they live on Olympus or in Midgard or whatever. Well, not Midgard. That would be Valhalla in Norse terms. So they live in Valhalla or Mount Olympus. In those terms, that's kind of why I think they affected the world like they did when Kratos killed it. Because in that universe, they're more of a entity that's connected to a certain mechanic of life. Whereas in this world, they're just really powerful creatures or living beings that exist just like humans. They're just stronger. But you'll see something at the end of this that's going to happen to Arcantos that kind of proves Farseer's right. If that were to happen in this universe, it would not be the same. They literally would just replace the gods as the new species. Would be humanity going up into that spot. Which, once you see the end of the base game for this, you'll see why that's very much true. Let's just say Arcantos is going to end up somewhat like Kratos. Somewhat. Not as good, of course, but a watered-down version. So, now he still is loyal to the gods in this universe by the end of it. At least the ones that are on his side. But you're going to see what he's going to do to stop this, and something that's going to happen to Arcantos that's going to give him a special edge. I have a feeling Kratos is chilling with Crusader Knights because he has no reason to fight that one. Yeah, I have a feeling in this universe as Kratos exists, he's nowhere near this culture. He's somewhere else. If he were to exist hypothetically in this universe, he's probably in a culture that's not even being shown in this game. Because if he were a part of Sparta in this hypothetical universe, and he were a hero of Sparta, he would be with Arcantos right now. Like, he would be he'd probably be where Ajax is. He'd either be where Ajax is, or there'd be all three of them. There'd be three instead of two. Two main little Greek heroes that you follow. Because your two main characters for this game, even though you get help from the other Pantheon's heroes as you play their portion of the story, the two main heroes of this game are Arcantos and Ajax. So it would just be a third one to that. Because Ajax represents Troy, right? Arcantos represents just Atlantis, if it existed. Or if it existed still, rather I should say, in the normal universe. And so this means there's no true Greek representation, right? Atlantis isn't real. Troy's one step away from being Rome. So you have to ask yourself, where's the Greek representation? The true Greek representation of an actual Greek faction. Like, it's kind of weird. Agamemnon's in here, but you don't play him. He's not the main focus of this. He's just for the Troy fight. So, it's interesting. It's interesting they went down that route. But you could argue, why is there no Spartan hero with Arcantos and Ajax? It's very odd. And I know it wouldn't be Kratos in most cases, but it would probably be just Leonidas if they were to put one in there. But still, a bit odd. The Christmas faith does exist in the God of War universe. So yeah, I know it does. There has been mention of its pantheon. However, I don't think you'll ever really see it in any forefront. Since it's an actual worshipped religion in today's time, most things like that you'll never see. Just because they can get in a lot of trouble if they misrepresent and kind of give the wrong vibe. And that makes sense. It is kind of insulting someone's culture and belief, like a certain game already did in something else. So, you gotta be careful with that. That's why Smite never added, or at least not since its day one years, never added any of the certain Christian belief pantheon gods or goddesses or angels and demons. In that case, would be more likely than gods and goddesses, because there aren't more than one, there's only one. So, it would be more be about demons and angels and things like that. But most avoid that, because that's a very touchy subject unless you're going to try to keep to the source material and make it interesting but not insulted either. There are some games that have done this really well. Forgot what that one game, the that I played did really well at doing this. It represented kind of the Nephilim and the representation of what angels really might be, and it was a really good game. But it was still based in biblical text and understanding, so it was really good. Cannot remember the name of that game off the top of my head right now, but that's why I said Kratos is chilling with the knights and not fighting them exactly. They're all just watching from the sidelines, just with popcorn, enjoying the show, as they say. And it looks like he's gonna pour. But all right, Chad. I hate to end this fast, but let me read what Seeley said. I missed something Seeley said. Interesting, but like, would War Thunder ever add stuff, Particle, or would they choose to stay in a specific era? No, well, I mean, I already answered that. If they lasted long enough that normal tanks were like this in real life, eventually it would just happen by osmosis. Because you have to keep competitive when you're the only tank sim that exists. Eventually there will be another game that will challenge it at some point. It's not World of Tanks. World of Tanks will never beat War Thunder, in my opinion, even if they did modernize and catch up. Because they still don't even have modern tanks. Their April Fools is modern tanks. Yeah, War Thunder actually has modern tanks. So World of Tanks is not even trying to compete or trying to keep up. So one day there will be a game that will eventually test its mettle. And eventually will see how well it can actually do, essentially. So that's only a matter of time anyways in most things. And especially as the industry starts broadening again and less of this crazy corporation BS that's been going on is now matters, because no one's really buying those games as much anymore, because we're just not going to pay those prices when we can get better games for cheaper that are made by less people who deserve those prices because it's less people and they had to put more time and work into it. But hey, because it's worth more money than those ones that are made by less people. But that be as that may. So, but at some point it'll happen. Something will cause it at some point to kind of dip into probably competing with it, and something will be created. It's only a matter of time. War Thunder's been gliding freely, unchanged, unchecked, and uncompeted with for quite a while. Except for itself. It competes with its own self with, like, its other games, like Enlisted and Crossout. But other than that, because those are different styles of games, there's not really any true competition. Because one's an FPS, squad-based game, and then the other's a build-your-own-car, third-person shooter, survival game. So, so then would you think they'll add stuff like that then? Yes, at that point. If they're still around by then yes. By the fact that they want to make money and they know no one's going to keep buying the same stuff over and over again forever, they would have to. Any business has to keep moving. Stagnation is death of any type of business. That part does not matter what your business is. Stagnation will kill you. Now, I'm not saying be 100% forward pushing either. That can also kill your company. You have to find a good medium of knowing when, especially as a multiplayer game, when that moment is. This is what Rivals has mastered. Rivals is just so insane on how overpowered that game is and how good that game is doing. They're pacing it out because they know if they put it too fast and too hard, it'll kill the game before it ever gets to live. So they're doing a good job with that. They're doing a good job with pacing right now, letting people have time to get what they want out of stuff for a free-to-play style game. Plus, the characters aren't gimped when you have a free-player style game is also a big thing. There's no DLC or locked behind this or that. It's all cosmetic. So, it's what Smite used to be good and known about. But although, even that being said, Smite is even more cruel than Rivals is, even though it's not the same genre. Because you do, unless you buy the God Pass, you do have to pay for those gods. So, because the amount of time it would take you to save up favor to earn a god naturally, and even in Smite 1, is absolutely atrocious. And I've heard it's even worse in 2. That's why I'm never getting 2. I'm never going to play 2. 2 became a scam. That company fell off the wagon. And the only reason why it survived falling off the wagon is because League isn't here. If Riot hadn't lied and actually released a proper console edition for PlayStation and Xbox, I guarantee you Smite would have died. It'd have been destroyed because of the way it carried itself business-wise. That's why I refuse to play that game and put money into that game either. These developers need to prove they're worth my money anymore. From now on, it saves me money in general because I've been a little overzealous most of my life with getting every certain game, this, that. But those games were also usually worth it and really fun to play, and I would always beat them. These days, it's not like that anymore. Not with a lot of games that are big. So, and I do blame YouTube slightly for that as well. Not just the companies that make these games. Because I do think the only reason why these companies got away with getting this bad is because they had fake YouTubers and fake reviews that constantly come out for them to make these games sound better than they are. But they're not. And I do blame YouTube for that. Because when you see a YouTuber talking about a subject, but yet they refuse to pull something up on that video that shows the physical number of what you're supporting and the truth behind it, then I can't believe yay or nay. I'm gonna look at that with a grain of salt and say, well, you're just talking. You didn't show anything. Whereas other certain Twitch streamers and YouTubers who I follow do actually pull those stats up and show what these are, and those numbers do not match what people are saying. And that person has covered that and said this stuff has got to stop. And it does. Because we're promoting slop. We're promoting trash games. Games that are not really games, that are not made for gamers. They're made for media outlets to talk about something. So, but yeah, but that's the last thing I'll say on that whole subject. We talked about enough of that in the beginning of the stream, waiting while we were waiting. So, what do we got in chat? Let me read chat before we start wrapping it up. When Guardians say never, that only means we haven't figured it out yet. Or they just haven't had a reason to make money off of it yet. But yes. How weird would it be when you're playing a Cold War thing just to be nuked from a miles away by a Mac-mounted tank? Well, to be fair, they are, even though the balancing is a bit odd in that game sometimes, majority tanks are not that bad. What happens with the Tiger is the Tiger. That's just the Tiger. I have to be honest about War Thunder in some ways. They're not as bad as some things you hear people say about it. It's the reverse scheme, I think, happening in some cases when it comes to media and YouTube. It's the reverse edge that same culture of YouTuber is also the one proclaiming games like AC Shadows is a good game or is successful in any remote of the fashion. So it's like those are the same people who go and try to talk crud about other games who, even if they're not great, still give you gameplay at least. They give you something to do. And something else, I want to compare this to World of Warships real quick. No one ever should talk crud about War Thunder in one reason alone. Do you know what War Thunder really doesn't do too much of? Repair costs. They're there, but they're small. And they're enough that even if you do slightly good and shot something, you'll have enough to repair your tank, even in modern. That is not the case in World of Warships. In World of Warships, if you're a complete free-to-play player, you're gimped on how much you can play. Because if you try to play your high-tier ships and you do bad, you're gonna go negative. That is a toxic business model. So this is why I have to give War Thunder and Gaijin credit. All of their free-to-play games don't gimp your gameplay. They let you play the game. And that's my biggest issue with free-to-plays a lot of the time. Even if they are too expensive in some of their prices, you get to play the game. There's no, oh, I ran out of silver, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Can't play today. This isn't a mobile game. That shit is never going to be accepted on console. It's atrocious that World of Warships did as well as it did on console. We should have spat on that and not bought that. Because we wanted the real game. We didn't want Legends, which was a mobile game to begin with. It was made to scam people to begin with. We wanted the real World of Warships, the one that was on PC. And there was no reason we shouldn't have gotten that one other than the company is trash and they wanted to steal from console. And basically scam the players on console. Like I said, I'll talk hella crud about World of Warships. It's a fun game at its core. The game itself is a good game. I want to say that's what's terrible about what I have to say about this and when I do have to talk shit about it. The game itself is great. If it didn't gimp you and allowed you to play as much as you wanted, and especially at any tier that you want, then that game would instantly be better. Because the gameplay itself is still fun. The shooting of the ships, the torpedoes, the bombers of the aircraft carriers that finally got added, all of that's cool and really fun. It's a fun game. But you can't play it like you want. So that's the issue. So it kills everything else and every other argument for that game on console ever existing. And anyone who defends Legends. The real World of Warships on PC, that's the different case. That's a real game, and that game feels like a game that you'd want to play, and the repair costs are cheaper, also want to say that, and it's easier to earn money, and there's ships that you aren't being forced to buy when they're free in the tech tree on PC. That's also the reason why I stopped playing, because they literally just wanted to scam us. When you start making entities, ships, characters, and things like that you already had on another version of your game that was free, and now you want us to pay for that? No. Or try to play months in the bureau to get it? No. That's not a game worth my time either. It's like you either these companies need either to learn, and this is not just me, it's everybody, but I'm going to use myself as an example. These companies need to learn to respect that if I'm going to play your game, you better let me play a game. Otherwise, you and I are done from the get-go, and I will never give you another dime, and I will spread the word that you aren't worth the money. Because that is my duty as a real YouTuber who makes real reviews when I do them. That's the case how it is. So. Alright, let me tell you the funniest death I saw on top tier. When you see a Stewart drive around a corner in your Straub 122, wait until you see the second tank. Yeah, that is pretty funny. That's a good distraction. Could you imagine someone using that strategy to send a Stewart out there to make you have a false sense of confidence? You kill the Stewart, wasting your shot, having to wait to the reload, and then a bigger tank rolls right out around the corner and pops you in the face because now he knows you're reloading. I miss War Thunder in some ways because some of the strategies and things that happen are hilarious. Abrams showed up and one-shot the Straub, exactly. It's kind of what I thought happened. My brain's like, and Abrams came around there right after it, didn't it? And then that Straub realized, I wasted my shot. Shit. You saw the Doom Marvel movie showing that? Yeah, I saw that ages ago. Tempting showed me that. It's actually bigger than that. If you look up yourself the casting for that movie, oh, it's way scarier than that. Oh, there's a lot more people than that in this movie. They just wanted to make sure people knew the X-Men were going to be a big part of this. because it is now that the MCU basically has everything. Like, I want to point that out. The MCU is now fully unified. Essentially, the MCU now owns, indirectly or directly, the rights to every character in Marvel again. At least, mostly. Now, of course, some companies out there do have more direct control where they could kind of pull it away if they wanted, but then they wouldn't make money. So you see what I mean by owning it. So essentially, they own it. So, MCU is now fully united, fully unified. It is now fully the multiverse, unified universe, crazy amalgamation of a story, insane thing that it should have always been, is now fully born. And the Doom movie is going to be the arcing of that and showing what that is. Now, will we see Patrick after that and certain people? Probably not. They'll probably either die off in that movie or be given some sort of passing fancy of retiring kind of in a Marvel sense, and then it'll carry on from there. But the important thing will be is that none of these IPs are separated anymore. They can now do whatever they want multiverse-wise with any of them. Any of them. And then thanks to Ryan Reynolds, we've also reunited the others as well. And it's like, so, welcome to the full MCU. Stuart can't kill you. Why would you shoot it first knowing the VR? That's true. I would have looked at that, laughed, and just let it move on. You're right, it can't kill me. And if I was in a Straub 122, my instincts, this shows how long I played War Thunder, I had immediately assumed a trap. I'd be like, I'm gonna wait. And then that Abrams will look and realize I'm ignoring this Stuart and go, shit, he knows. Like, come around here, Abrams. I know you're over there. Let's have a 1v1 and see who's can and kills the other one first. And then we'll let your Stuart enjoy it with some popcorn. He can watch. Sounds terrible when I put it that way. But anyway. But yes, I'm very excited about that, Sealy. I'm excited about a lot of things coming up soon. I am very, very excited. Very, 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 very excited. Marvel's doing good. All the ones that are kind of, luckily, the good ones who've always been slightly good, at least seem to be keeping their ground and didn't fall off the wagon during all the insanity that went on here and all over the world. You know, it's still going on in the background, especially in other places of the world that aren't here now. Here it's starting to die off really fast because let's just say our leadership has decided, yeah, no. So, thank gosh for that. But I can't vouch for the whole world yet. There is still problems going on across the pond and stuff with that same issue and many other things that caused all this. When it comes to greed, and that's all it is greed. It came from a greedy house and bloodline that started all this BS. So, thank God they're no longer able to do anything. At least here. But, you see, they always fall for the trap. Kill hungry players. Yep. Oh yeah, kill hungry players are always going to shoot that Stuart. Because they just want a free kill. Not realizing that's you. You're dead now. Now you just lost one of your main tanks to a Stuart, essentially. They lost a Stuart where you lost a Strav 122. Do you think that was a fair trade? I love that. I'm actually glad people do that strategy. That's smart. That's a really cool strategy. Shows that some teams went out there and got even more insane with what they were trying to do to win matches. Now, you probably won't see that in a random lobby too often, but still. My brain went bloop. Alright, I felt my brain kind of go to its relaxed mode. Oh shoot, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta get off here, chat. We're gonna end up talking too long and I'm gonna get yelled at because I haven't eaten yet, and that's my fault. So I need to get off here. I hope y'all enjoyed some Age of Mythology and us just chilling and chatting as always. This is the thing I enjoy most anyways nowadays for my stream is just talking to you guys and just enjoying the day while we play this game from my past or any other game I enjoy, so that y'all might enjoy as well. So thank y'all so much, seriously, for joining up tonight and everything that's been going on and all the craziness, and just thank you for your continued support. For when I was down for a little bit with my loss of my big man Malix, the king of the castle, king and the lord of all lions. So thank you for that as well. And big shout out to Tam King. Hope you feel better, bro. Hope things are getting better for what you're going through right now as well, big guy. And big shout out to my moderator Farseer for always chilling in chat and moderating and watching the back lines. And of course to the Florida Man Seal, or the Florida Seal himself, Sealy. Big shout out to him as well. Hopefully he'll be able to join in some Warhammer stuff soon. We didn't get to fully try to get him to join in on our last one, but the next time you have free time, Sealy, you need to let me and James know. It is time for you to truly experience Warhammer. And after the last update, oh, it's gonna be good. I'll say this: the best time for you to come in, Sealy, is when the next DLC releases. That'll be the best time. No reason at all. It'll be the best time to come in. The next DLC is going to be fantastic. So that's when you should join in and we should do our stream together, all of us. It'll be great. But anyways, let's see. It was not because the Stewart spawned in and the Abrams, except the two afterwards. See, that's what I'm saying. That's also why that's a trap, right? As long as the Stewart shoots at that tank, he's going to get the assist from the Abrams. Even if he can't kill it, it doesn't matter. He just has to tap it. And this is going to give him enough points, since the Stewart is so cheap. It's a crazy strategy. That is a very smart tactic. But anyways, turns out the Doom movie is the prequel to Marvel Rivals, LOL. That would be hilarious. I don't think it's that kind of multiverse, but I do think they do sell. Like, do you think it's a coincidence that Doom is being advertised in Rivals? This is the thing I've noticed about Disney/Marvel. They will advertise their other IPs from that same genre in their other version of that IP. So I guarantee that's not a coincidence. It just so happens that Rivals capitalizes on the fact that Doom is a thing, right? So we're in the age of Doom. The Dark Ages. But yeah, that's the last thing I'll say. We'll try to get Celia in on that one. We are going to have one Warhammer stream before then. There is a special thing me and James are going to try to do this weekend in honor of the update to a certain faction that got changed. But that's not the DLC, though. That's just the update. And the change to the AI as well. We're going to see how better or not better or worse or scarier the AI may be. So we're going to find out. So, but big shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Let me reset chat one time. Make sure I don't miss anyone saying goodbye. Real quick. Real quick. Nope, okay. Wanted to make sure. But alright, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Big shout out to everybody in chat in the background as well. And thank you so much. And I'll see you all tomorrow for our continuation of our Rebuilding the King of the Sands. And until then, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you soon. Bye, Fuzzy. Bye, Sealy. Bye, Tim King. Bye, everybody. Bye.